All right, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Fourever Rivals. Welcome to everybody. This is going to be a big night, mate. There could be some breaking news tonight, only here on Fourever Rivals. Who knows what's going to be going on, but we like to welcome everyone. But first of all, I want to welcome, Marco. Welcome back, brother. How's things? And how's things? And welcome back, man.
Good evening, boys, and good evening, the chat. It's nice to be back on board, guys. And I might be a little bit rusty this evening, but hopefully you boys can push me through. But I just want to quickly just say to all the community and the guys that are out there that send me some well wishes. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. Obviously, I've gone through a bit of a tough time the last 4 weeks, but I do just want to quickly move on and just say to everybody out there, please cherish your loved ones, spend as much time as you can with them. And it's cliche that we say this to people, but to be honest, it's made me realise that time with family and friends, to comfort, to talk to. Even if you're not talking to them about anything, just spend that time with them and cherish your moments, because life can be cut quite short. And unfortunately, it happened to my sister. And she's telling me at the moment to jump on the show tonight and do what you need to do to move forward. But I really want to appreciate everybody that sent me all their wishes. I really thank you guys. So let's keep going and let's move on and let's have a good evening tonight, boys.
I love it, man. And truly from everyone, condolences, but glad to see you back, man. And hopefully we can put a smile on your face, and more importantly, you can put a smile on everyone's face, and you're getting all the love here on the thing. And we talked just before the thing, and everyone's been missing you, and everyone's been thinking about you, and you are a massive part of the show, even though your team's absolutely shit outs, right? But you're a top bloke, man, and I'm glad to see a smile on your face, mate. I'm glad to see a smile on your face. Liam, how you going? Your team's shit too, mate. Are you actually going to kick more than 2 or 3 goals in a game, or what's going on here, mate? What's going on?
Mate, don't get carried away. I did come and watch your game on Sunday.
Don't talk about my game.
With it, so don't draw away from your own problems to mine. Mate. So today was crazy, mate. I didn't think it was going to get here, mate. Bloody trams. Oh, they take forever to come. And then when they come, 2 come at the same time. Stupid. But nah. Look, like you said as well, Marco, happy to have you back, mate. Obviously, we've been thinking about you, sending you all the good thoughts, but we want you here. We like having you here. So, yeah, let's do it, boys. Let's crack in.
Yeah. And Manny, how are you going, mate? Magpie Manny. Oh, look, your face looks like your team's gliding.
Hey, first of all, I want to say welcome back, Marco. We love you, matey, and we've always been thinking of you, and you'll always remember that you'll always have us and the TJP family there by your side, brother. But more than anything, I don't know if you noticed, Rocco, and you're normally someone who picks up on these things, but I've changed it back to Magpie Manny. I don't know if you noticed.
I did notice that. I did notice.
Yes. Somehow the flag pies has slightly been removed. I'm not backing away from the reality, but we'll talk a bit more about that. I know you definitely don't want to talk about it a bit more later on. Pies are done, or maybe they are, Lou. I don't know, but I know that I'll be playing finals football regardless. But very good evening to all our viewers. It's been a chilly evening, and I don't know if you noticed, but I've decided to go for a bit of a stylish haircut, just try and spruce things up a bit. But like my son said to me, Dad, you can do whatever you like. You're still not a good-looking bloke. So I said, well, all right, mate.
Man, like you got a haircut, and you actually have now you look younger. You look 63 now, and you're bloody really kicking a good look.
Hey, listen. The only person opinion that I value as a true friend is Matula, because she'll tell me the truth.
What did Matula say?
Simple as that.
Matula, what do you reckon about your fellow Greek's appearance here? We'll get her opinion in a second, but
that's right.
It's going to be a great show. We're going to have a bit of fun on this show, as we always do. There's heaps to talk about, some big news happening on and off the ground, especially off the ground, man. If you follow Carlton, the news is never far away lately, and that's for sure. Before we go on, some housekeeping. Thanks to the Sporting Globe for supporting us, and thanks to all the other sponsors. But the Sporting Globe, they've been great, mate. We had another great day at the Sporting Globe on Sunday, except Liam was there too. Liam come down to watch the Blues play for half a footy, for half a game.
The highlight was the food, though, to be honest.
How good was the food? Yeah. So, Matula looking stylish. There you go. We love our favorite Greek. Welcome to Matula. So we're going to get stuck. Also, while we're here, a little bit of housekeeping. First of all, I want you to make sure you catch up to what is our Remix Mania. Remix Mania is our wrestling-themed nightclub with wrestling songs all night. So that's from our good mate Bocek. That's on the 29th. Get your tickets. Links are below. It's the night before the big night. It's a precursor. We're going to get drunk there. We're going to follow on to the next night. Make sure you get there. It's going to be a big night. And if you do get your ticket from the JP and you go to Remix Mania, right? Hold on. What am I doing here? I'm going to get rid of this. And you do go to Remix Mania and you got your ticket to JP, the first drink is on the house, man. And I'm telling you, you go to a nightclub, your first drink, that could be fucking $20 or $30 there. Just quietly the way nightclubs are. It's ridiculous when you go and get yourself, seriously, like, I don't know what kind of drink, but let's say you go and get yourself like a Scotch and Coke. You look at it, $12-14 for just a Scotch and Coke, man. And a beer is the same price, man. So
how much do you pay for your cruises? Because you normally drink cruises, don't you, Rocco?
I like a cruiser in between my beers, but if you watch my TJP show, I'm always drinking beers, so you can see that I drink beers. So that statement is really absolutely rubbish. Matula's got is Manny coming to the live show? Are you coming to the live show, Manny?
Yes.
We're going to get Manny up on stage. Is Liam coming to the live show? We're going to have Fourever, and I'm sure Mark is going to come. If he's feeling up to it, we would love to see Mark also there. It's going to be a great, and while we talk about that, let's just talk about that for a second. Look at this, mate. What a live show. Come on, guys, mate. You can't get better than this if you're a current supporter. But Heath Scotland, Brad Pearce, and the big FEVOLA will be there up on stage. Mate, there is an 8-course roaming meal. You get to see these 3 stars. There will be autograph and photo opportunities featuring the Monday Blues also will be up on stage. It's at Howlers. This is a serious venue. This is a serious venue.
Whereabouts is it, Rocco? I know it's in Dorset Street. Yeah. So if you're cross over Sydney Road.
Yeah, so if you cross over Sydney Road, it's on the left-hand side just before the rail track. You'll see a big car park and you get in there and I'm telling you, it's a serious venue. I am super, super excited about this, man. I'm telling you, we've put a lot of work into this. This is going to be super, lots of entertainment. As I said, you'll be meeting the 3 big boys there. If you've been to the other shows, you know how good they get. But with the FEVOLA there, it's a big get for us. So we're pretty pumped with that.
Massive name.
It is a massive name.
Mate, massive names there, mate. To get those boys coming along, that's crazy. Yeah. When I saw FEVOLA and Pierce, I thought, mate, where do you guys get these boys from? You know, that's fantastic.
We've done well, mate. We've done well. We build relationships, and then these guys, they're happy to do them, you know. And don't get me wrong, you have to pay a bit of cash to get these people to do. But that's fair enough. Hey, $69, man. I'm telling you, you can't get that sort of value anywhere. You're gonna get fed, and you're gonna get a show for like 3 hours. You're gonna meet all of us. So it is a bargain, man. I saw another one the other day. It's $60 to see Kernahan, Williams, and I think Cuda, and it costs you $60 just to get in. If you want photos and that, they're charging you a photo package for it. So, man, and you don't get fed. So for that sort of price, I'm telling you, and tickets are flying. They are. As soon as we announce FEVOLA, the tickets are flying, you know. So, get your tickets, mate. We want to see you there. We're going to.
How do we get our ticket, Rocco?
So the link's below. The link's below in the description. So if you're looking at the show, you just click on more, description will come up, the link's there, you click onto the link and you get your tickets. Yeah. I'm telling you, it's going to be a good day. So get down there and we'll get to have a chat to all of us too. I mean, I was saying FEVOLA and that, but the stars are really going to be us. Imagine like meeting Liam and Manny and Mark.
That's what I thought, mate. I thought we were the three big stars, but all right.
Yeah, that's it. And you can't get a bigger star than Manny, because in his mind, he's a superstar, so he'll be fucking wrapped to sign autographs. You'll take photos with people, won't you, Manny?
I can't believe it. As soon as you said that, I don't know if you realised, but the background, the light just came up. Look at that. Look how bright the light is.
I don't
know what's happened. So,
like a Jesus, the light come up.
Hey, hallelujah.
Like Jesus Christ.
Hallelujah. There you go. Hallelujah.
Hey, Manny, I've noticed that you have been becoming a bit of a celebrity out there at the moment. I saw you a couple of days ago on the show. What was it? What was the show called? A few nights ago on the Carlton show.
Oh, emergency meeting. Emergency meeting.
That was the one. That was the one. I said, Manny, mate, he's becoming a celebrity at the moment, mate. He's
it was a lot of guts. It takes a lot of guts to. I mean, I can tell you that as soon as I came on, Rocco disappeared. I couldn't see Rocco.
Well, because Mars. It's Mars's show. Like, he's the host of that show, right? Okay. So Mars decides. So the whole thing of the show is that you can get dropped at any time, and he doesn't give you any warning, right? And the big "it's time to go" comes up, and you don't know who's going to get dropped. And he dropped me when he put Manny, because I think he knew that if we were both on there, the show would have probably gone for an extra fucking half an hour as we were arguing with each other. So he decided to do the right thing. So
and the ratings, of course, would have gone up at least 30%.
That's right.
But we won't talk about that.
The ratings, man, it's like unbelievable when you're on. You're just such a superstar, aren't you? You are a star.
Stop it. Mate. You're gonna make me blush.
Oh yeah, blush. So we've got a lot of people on here. Enzo, Lou Felino. We've got Enzo Valentino was on the show last night. What a star, man! I love Enzo Valentino. He's such a good bloke, man, and he's a funny bloke and made star appearance. We also had Andrew from Ankle Sore Podcast. What a star that bloke came on, mate, and he was really good last night. We got Andy H. What do we got here? Voss is safe. I don't know, Andy. I've already ordered the Uber and I've sent it down to fucking Princess Park, man. I hope he's jumping in tonight, but I reckon he might be safe for another night, but he's not safe. I don't know what information you've got, Andy. We've got Bocek, who's been a star for us, man. And what a star, man, doing all the shows he's doing now. And Galicchio, Matula, Petra Khan. Oh, you know who I haven't seen for a few weeks? What's his name? The Collingwood supporter that kept coming on. What's his name? The one that comes in the chat always.
Ultimate Warrior?
No. The smart ass.
Mick Saka.
Oh, no. Mick Saka. Yeah.
No regrets. No bloody regrets. Can I just say something? And this happened last year, right? Where is he? He disappears every time Collingwood starts to lose. While he was there, oh, we're going to win every game. We're going to finish on top of the ladder. We're going to win every game by 60 points. And no one has seen him for about 4 weeks.
Oh, I think he did say he was going on holidays.
Holidays might.
Here we go.
Holidays for 4 weeks as they're losing. Come on, bro. Where are you? No regrets. At least
just like Collingwood, Manny. Going on holidays, mate.
At least Mick Sucker comes on, and at least Black and White come on, no matter if they win or lose. But no regrets. Absolute loser. Love to see you come on. And Rat Poison has been missing. You're absolutely right. Where is the Rat Poison? Rat Poison. All right, guys. That was a great intro. How about we start talking some football? Fourever footy, man, and we've got some more here. Sir, we got Sir Simos. How are we all? We are doing fantastic, man. Doing fantastic. All right, let's start this off. What do you want to start with? I reckon we start off. One of the biggest news at the moment is the sacking of not Michael Voss yet. We're praying, but hasn't happened yet. But the sacking of Goodwin, the Melbourne coach. First time I've ever seen this coach get sacked after they beat a team by nearly 90 points, which was very unusual. You'd think they wait till they lost, but no, they've sacked him. Yeah, I think it's a great thing. If he's not going to be there next year, it's time to get rid of him straight away. That's how I feel, and get ready for next year. Start preparing for next year. They're not making finals, right? They're just going downhill. You might as well get things started. Keeping him there till the end, I don't think serves any sort of purpose, right? I
don't agree.
Dylan's, I know you don't agree, but Dylan, Boston gets sacked here. I don't think as I said, if he gets sacked, they're not going to announce it tonight. They would announce it in the morning. Yeah. So my opinion is I think they should get rid of him because by keeping him, you achieve nothing. The players aren't playing properly. They know that there's going to be a new coach because the players know what's going on. They know there's going to be a new coach next year. They know that, right? So they're not going to be playing right. And then if you're going to start working, when you get a new coach, it's a new system, new players, new organization, right? Let's get that started as quickly as possible. Hey, there's going to be a couple more sackings, right? Hey, you might as well get on to doing, interviews. You can't be doing interviews while you still got a coach there. So you might as well start moving on. That's my opinion. Keeping him would have done nothing. I think it was a good idea. He seemed to be happy. He knew what was happening. He knew what was going on. What do you reckon, Manny? You already had an opinion there. What do you think and why?
Well, first and foremost, let's just put things into perspective. You're talking about a coach. No. You're talking about a premiership coach. Yeah?
Yep.
So for a football club like Melbourne, who hasn't had a premiership in a very, very long time, and he's come and he's created and he's achieved what he's achieved. All right. You know what? What all they have to do, as far as I'm concerned, and shame on the Melbourne Football Club, but then again, this is the thing, the posh aristocratics, they've got no respect for themselves, the woke team of the century. Of course, what they should have done is they should have shown a little bit of respect and say, you know what? All right, we want changes in the club. However, let's do it the right way. Let's wait for the season to finish. And then in a way, you then sit there and say, as a form of respect, show a little bit of respect because, right, if I'm the next coach who's going to come into that club, already I know that you're dealing with a club that's got no respect for any player, no respect for any coach. And you're talking about now a premiership coach. And I think that they should have handled it a little bit better. At the end of the day, come on, there's 4 more games. They're not going to play finals football, but at least do it the right way. That's what I think. Now, I don't know. What do you reckon there, Marco?
And I'll move on to the other guys. But as normal, you're absolutely wrong because they show plenty of respect. They've kept him there long enough. The team is going downhill and spiraling, but they're worse than Carlton. They're worse than Carlton. Their worries have been going on for a few years now. Drug addicts, people wanting to leave. Mate, they're not playing for each other, right? What are you keeping him there for another 3 weeks? To what? What respect is that? They gave him a press conference. They left. He looked all right at the press conference. He knew what was coming. What are we holding on for? The next 3 weeks, you could be setting yourself up for next year already. You've got players in the trade, right, that you've got to start working out. You've got new because once you get a coach, you're going to be changing assistants too. You've got to start preparing for that. Like, what are you waiting for? What do you reckon, Mark?
Yeah, no, you're spot on there, Manny, about Simon Goodwin, getting Melbourne out there to win a premiership in 2021. But I think he's had more opportunities after that. And in 2022, Melbourne were actually in the top 4, and they pretty much went out in straight sets. 2023, again, they made the top 4, and they went out in straight sets. So you've got to start saying, they've had the opportunity to possibly win another flag out of those 2 or 3 years. And like what Rocco was saying, in some ways, they are starting to drop down. He's done what he's had to do. He's been here long enough now, and it's time to move on. And I think it's a good thing to just sack him. I don't know if that these days, whether they say he's been sacked or he's resigned. It's a different theory these days. But I do have.
We know what it means.
Yeah,
you can use any word you want, but we know what it means.
Well, he got sacked, and obviously what he's saying that they won by 90 points the week before, and they sacked him. So I think Goodwin knew that he was going, but I do have a Nostradamus prediction.
All right, I like this.
I'm going to bring the Nostradamus prediction involved in here, and I've got a feeling the seed has already been planted, or the plant's already been seeded, but the seed has already been planted. Voss will get sacked. Goodwin will go to Carlton, and Voss will go to Melbourne. Let's just do a clean sweep these days.
Here we go.
Have I
missed coaches? Give them 12 months. Give them an opportunity to redeem themselves. I believe that these days, these coaches, they're professionals. Swap them over. Continue their contracts.
No way. That would be.
But I've got a funny feeling. I think that Voss will be sacked by the
end of the year. That would be the worst fucking move ever. That would. I don't want one of those coaches. I don't want Longmire. I don't want any of them. I want a new fresh coach. Fucking oath, man. A new fresh coach. But as I said, Mark. I don't know if you do this deliberately, but I've missed that. That's what the show is. That is absolute fucking gold, mate. What do you reckon?
Wouldn't surprise you that these guys.
No. You know what?
They've already sorted it out, mate. Goodman's gone. Voss will be gone. It's changeover.
I love how you think that way. It's interesting. I love it. It's good. Now, look, What do I think about it all? As far as what you guys have been saying, I'm a little bit on the fence about whether he should go now or shouldn't. I think clearly if he's not going to be in their plans going forward, yeah, it makes sense. They've kind of said, look, we're already looking to 2026. Season's done now. You're not part of our future. We're moving you on. I do feel like it's kind of strange to get rid of him with 3 games left to go. Like, there's 3 games left. Like, I think Troy Chaplin is going to be their interim coach. And he's probably not going to take over as head coach. So
no.
I don't really see how they're setting themselves up for next year with an interim coach. But the reason why, and I think someone commented it earlier, is they've probably gone early is they've probably got someone in the works. And if a team like Carlton and a team like, I don't know who else, maybe St Kilda is going to move Ross Lyon on. I don't know. If other teams are looking to move coaches on, Melbourne are maybe getting in early, and potentially maybe they've already got someone lined up. Because we've seen it before when they've sacked coaches. I was thinking about Gold Coast when they sacked Stewie Dew. They knew they were like, we've got Dimmer, we're getting him. And that's why we're prepared to make this call now to get him in. So potentially, I feel like that's the sort of situation that's happening. I don't know if it's going to be a straight swap, Goodwin
But
to Voss.
it's ironic, isn't it, that all of a sudden Goodwin's been sacked, and then all of a sudden now everyone's talking about Voss. So it's pretty ironic. There's something going on here. They're not silly these days, these guys, mate. It's all been planted, mate. It would not feel like
both coaches and both teams are kind of have been in a similar spot, because I look at Melbourne, I look at Carlton, I look at their list, and I think they've got the players. They both should be pretty decent teams, but however, the game styles that they play haven't been adapted. They don't stick with the way that the game's played now, and I feel that's why they're both struggling. And I don't think we'll see Goodwin or potentially Voss at another club.
Yeah, I agree. And you know what? They both play very similar games, right? They're contested ball, very similar game, and look where they are. It's not the modern game. I'll tell you now, it's not going to happen. They will never get good. And I don't think them two will get a senior position ever again. They might get assistants, but they won't get a senior. And especially Voss, being his third club, he won't. And the reason I think they made the move, and Carlton, it's been on Voss for a while now that he's going to get the sack. I can't see him lasting. I'll be surprised if he lasts, right? So I think now Carlton will make a move, because potentially you could be missing out on the next coach or assistant coaches too. Because as I said, when a coach comes in, he brings in his whole crew. So this is why I'm saying, get it done, man. What do we wait? If you're going to do it, like, there should be no sentiment in this team, right? We need to be successful, and you got to be hardball at it, man. And if it means moving on, that's what it is. But before you go on, right, we just got Seba. Thanks for the $7.99. It must be pay week this week. Happy to see you back, Mark, and good to see you haven't changed. And he's laughing at Goodwin. So see what I mean? Like, it's very good that you're back, man. That was a great call. If that happens, I'm done. I'll be gone. I'm going to leave the country and I won't come back, you know. So there you go, man. So yeah, so that's my thoughts on them too. But yeah, any other thoughts before we move on?
Well, there's a strong, well, I won't say strong, but there has been a bit of a discussion by a couple of journalists who questioned the other day Mr. Nathan Buckley
to be a coach.
In regards, you know, whether he, but at the moment he's claiming that he's very comfortable doing what he's doing in as a journalist. But you know, he's probably one bloke I think that if he was to put his hand up, there'd be a couple of teams that wouldn't mind taking him on. And you know what? And who's to say? I mean, at the moment we're talking, you know, we're speculating that Voss, may survive. But if he doesn't survive, Graham Wright and Nathan Buckley, they've always had a good relationship. So what's there to say that all of a sudden, you know, because you got to remember these days there's always that affiliation, you know, they always want to bring the right people in there.
It's when there's a coaching decision to be made, like a new coach, it's not one person, Manny. So they'll set up a coaching committee and they'll work out the best. You know, I don't think a Buckley or any of those coaches are good for Carlton. I want a brand new, you know, like this. We went through it yesterday. There's a few names out there. I want them to come in. I want them to give their proposal and see where they're at, and then pick the best coach. And if it means it's a Skipworth or one of these, first-time coaches. And we also did a thing last night. I think in the last 20 years or more, 19 out of the 20 coaches were first-time coaches. So, you know, like a coach that comes from another club rarely wins a second time. The only one that's done it was Malthouse in recent times. He went from West Coast Collingwood to West Coast, or West Coast to Collingwood, sorry. Who else?
Lee Matthews, I think.
Yeah, but that's going right back, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah.
Going right back. But, yeah, he'd be another one. But apart from that, you look at the last 20 years, I think nearly every single one of them has been, except for Malthouse, has been a first-time coach. You know what I mean? So you need someone, to me, you need someone with fresh ideas. We're going to have a new team. You get someone new and you bring them up together, you know. Getting a name, I don't think will work. I would not like Buckley, Hinkley, Goodwin, none of these. Seriously, they're tried, they're tested. They can't do it, and that's it. Let's move on, yeah? Everyone agree?
I agree. Yeah.
I agree.
All right.
All right.
I'm just thinking for all the coaches now.
Yeah, there's a few out there, but again, I want the process to be done correctly. Let's get it right. Let's make sure we pick the right. Last time Carlton did it, they had a process and they went against the recommendation, and that now has cost them 4 years down the track, you know. So just get it right, get the right people, and then see where they're at, and then pick the right person and move forward, because you don't know who's going to be the next premiership coach. You just don't know. Did you think that McRae, when he first was announced, did anyone really think that he was no, he wasn't that great. Like, he was an all right player, he was an all right assistant. Did anyone think that? Did anyone think of you know, even Hardwick when he first got picked, you know, like, and then he became, you know, like, so that's my thoughts. Well,
what makes a good coach, though, Rocco? Because, I mean, if you think about it, you don't know. But when you think about it, though, I think apart from, was it Blythe? Who ended up coaching and ended up winning a premiership. He was a superstar player, but he was also was a great coach. But some of them are good players, and don't end up being good coaches. And then you got the other thing where they're.
It's got nothing to do with being a great player. That's got nothing to do with it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You could be an average player, like McRae, for example. You're saying he was an average player, but look at him now.
So was Alistair Clarkson. He was just a thug. He was just, you know, what makes good coaches? Back pockets. For some reason, you look at them, it's all these little back pockets that seem to make it. You got Alistair Clarkson, you got the Scott brothers, you've got, you got Hardwick.
Lee Matthews.
Lee Matthews wasn't a fucking back pocket. What are you talking about? What do you know? He kicked nearly fucking 900 goals.
Hey, when you say the
Blythe?
Scott brothers,
I want to know who Malcolm Blythe is.
Yeah.
Sorry. Well, maybe I pronounced it incorrectly, but
he coached two teams. He coached three teams, really, but he coached two teams. He coached Geelong to 3 grand final appearances and lost all 3, and then went to Adelaide and won back to back. Yeah,
won it. Yeah. But when you said the Scott brothers, I mean one of the Scott brothers, the other one, he's just a lost soul. From North Melbourne, now he's got to the Bombers. You know,
but he was also a back. What I'm saying, he was also a backman. Sheedy was a back pocket. Even I think like Parkin was a backman. I'm telling you, like there's something in that. I don't know if they know how to read the game better or that. So I'd be looking at that, mate. I'll be looking at a back pocket somewhere and see what we can do.
Coach.
So we'll wait for Mark to get back. All right, next one is there's going to be plenty of movement going around apparently, and Silvani's the big one, the big talk, and then there's a few from Palm, but now there's been a few from fucking Collingwood coming out that there's rumours about some of them wanting to leave or looking. There's a Maya check, even
Maya check signed. Maya check has signed.
All right, cool. So there's still a few. So there's always a bit of rumblings around. Sauce.
Well, there's discussion about Jamie Elliott going to the Gold Coast.
So Jamie Elliott was discussed today. I don't know if they're true or not true, but that always happens at the end of the season. But the interesting one for me is, of course, Jack going over. I know that we discussed that last week, but it is the talk of the town at the moment. And we heard today he's also had a chat to Essendon. And I'll talk to Mark about this in a sec, but I just want to have my quick say about it. I don't understand how these players are talking to other coaches mid-season, right? This is a bit of a disgrace. And for McRae to come out last week to say that he met up with him is not only an embarrassment for Carlton, it's an embarrassment, right? And Carlton should have fought back on that and said something, first of all. Second of all, what do you mean now you've talked to Essendon? I would fuck him off now, right away. I don't give a fuck about his name. I don't care about his grandfather. I don't care about his dad. We need stability. Oh, fuck stability. We need some standards at the club, right? And if he's upset, right, and he's actually talking, now if his management was talking, fair enough, man. That's what they do all year. They talk to other clubs, right? But if he's having meetings with it, what standard are we setting? What standard are we setting at this club, right? What, you're just going to go around and embarrass us and talk to other people? Off you go. And plus, I don't think he's worth $750. If you want to play, Marco, tell me, if your club wants to pay $750, go for it. You can have it.
Yeah, no, I probably wouldn't want him at Essendon, to be quite honest with you, Rocco. No disrespect to Sauce, but I think they should probably try and keep him at the club.
I think they are. I think they are. But there's also like, you know, like I think they are, but you've got to set a standard, Mark. Like, how much do you pay the bloke?
Correct. No, I don't think it's worth $750.
Like, to me, $750. Like, what's your top player getting paid, Mark?
Yeah, well,
I know McKay's getting paid $10 million, but forget about it. Let's say your captain.
Yeah.
Right? What's he on?
Probably on 800, 850.
Let's say 900. So you're trying to tell me that Silvani's only $150,000 less than him. Like, mate, if you want to pay that money, it's up to you, man. So, but what do you reckon?
And that's probably the difference between a lot of clubs at the moment, where you got your teams like Geelong and Brisbane and all that. They take a pay cut to keep their players, you know, and these other teams such as, you know, Essendon, Carlton, Richmond, and Collingwood, maybe not Collingwood, but, you know, we're paying all these big money and then they're not performing. So it's going to get to a stage where I think Carlton will say, you know, if you're looking, you need to another on a 10 and say move on. But I wouldn't take Silvani for any more than say 600, and that's not guaranteed that he'll be playing every week, because I think he only played 13 games for Carlton this year. So
I mean, last year he had an ACL, or I think it was an ACL, so he missed out the whole year. Before that, I mean, he's only averaging about 12 or 13 games a thing. So, and to tell you the truth, like, I like Silvani. Don't get me wrong. I want him to stay. I like him. I like his endeavour. I like the way he plays. I love it. But I've got to set a standard here, right? At the end of the day, he's played 12 or 13 games in the back pocket, as a backman, and he's doing really well. But that's all he's done at the moment. Let's be serious. That's all he's done. That's like TDK last year. He played five really good games, right? And now he's worth 1.7. Is he worth 1.7 now? So people have got to be careful about, like, oh, they're worth, like, what is going on, man? If our best player's getting paid $1 million, I don't get it.
Would you take him, Liam? Would you take him? Liam?
Take Silvani?
Yeah.
I think you could actually be all right for us.
Rebuilding. You boys are rebuilding now, so would it be an advantage to you boys to get somebody a bit older and investing? You know,
It is, I think, it's a good point, because, and also, as much as he's been playing out back, he can play up forward as well, which could be very useful for us. It's nice to have an experienced player. He's clearly gettable by the sounds of it. So, it'd be someone that I'm interested in having a go at. However, the player who potentially Richmond is monitoring is Tom de Koning. We're potentially in the market for him. Apparently, St Kilda, who are meant to be the front runners, they've got to do a fair bit of work to keep Wanganeen, Malira, and Nasiah at their team. They're going to have to pay him a lot, and they might not have the 1.7 mil that they're promising TDK, and we could potentially be looking at him as well, which I think would be better, because we do need a ruckman going forward, and that would be definitely someone who can fill that void for future once Nank retires. You know, he's 32 at the moment. He's one of the oldest on our list. So the only problem is I do not want us paying 1.7. I'd pay 1.2 would be the absolute max you'd go for him. But
yeah, and that's on potential. Remember that. And I would pay 1.2.
True.
Right, but that's still on potential because he still hasn't put a full good year. He hasn't put 2 good years in. So I would pay him 1.7. Sorry, I would pay him about 1.1 or 1.2, and that's it. And to tell you the truth, I would be, mate, I wish I was running that club. I would tell TDK, are you signing now? And if he goes, I don't know, I'd be going, right, you're off to the reserves. Because I'm planning for next year. Who's our ruckman next year? Pitternet, and we got O'Keefe in the reserves. Is that who's going to be our ruckman? Fine. That's what we're working with now. Why are we wasting time? Like, what are we trying to do? Bring him to 100 games. He's got 3 more games to play. Like, and the thing is with TDK is we're playing him in the forward line as a forward. Like, he's supposed to be the $1.7 million ruckman, and who does that, Mark?
Yeah, well, like you said before, Rocco, about clubs that are going out there talking to Silvani and so forth at this time of the year. It's exactly the same as Sam Draper. At the moment, there's clubs trying to chase him, and you start thinking to yourself, you know what? If you're talking to other clubs, just make your mind up and fucking move on. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't string it along. If you want to stay at the Essendon Football Club or the Carlton Football Club, make a decision now and just move on. Like, it's ridiculous the way it's becoming, a formality now where players are talking to other teams and coaches and management.
Right in front of everyone. Dude, they don't care anymore.
They're finished.
And look, at the end of the day, like, I know they're trying to get their best value. And there was a comment before, is he trying to get high value? That's fair enough. But as I said, to rub it in our face, I don't like it. Yeah. As a club, you have to stand. And one thing I admire about Richmond's I forgot his name. Who's your superstar that left? The free time Norm Smith medalist, what's his name? Dusty, fucking hell. I just went blank. I remember that year, right? He signed with about 3 or 4 weeks to go before the finals, right? For a lot less than what North Melbourne were offering him, right? And he signed, and, well, rest is history, yeah? But he would have got together with that club and he would have said, you know what, right? I'm with you guys. And that would have lifted everybody instead of dividing, mate. You know what I mean? Manny?
Hey, Rocco, can I just you're looking at it as a supporter, as a fan, and you think because you love the club, and there's no player that's going to be bigger than the club. We all know that, and we all understand that. But sometimes you've got to sit back and think to yourself, has Jack been treated fairly? And I think the question here is that he probably has, and he probably hasn't. Now, there's probably things there that maybe he's thinking to himself, you know what? Yeah, my grandfather, my father, there was a lot of loyalty there. But at the end of the day, there could be something underlining, right? Now, he's coming out of contract, right? He's coming out of contract. So he's thinking to himself, well, I'm coming out of contract. I've got to plan my future. I've got a young family. I've got to see what my options are. Now, sometimes it might work out that, they sit there and say, 800,000, etc. But at the end of the day, it depends on every team whether they really want him or not and how desperately they want him. Now, somebody said to me, if you asked me a couple of weeks ago, do you want someone like Silvani in there? You know what? I'd love to see Silvani.
What are you going to pay for him?
Because I compare him to Billy Frampton, and I think he'll make a good he'll be valuable to us because it'll allow more to be able to play. But at the end of the day,
what would you pay?
Well, I reckon if he goes through the medicals and
let's say that's all good. Let's say that's all good.
And that's all good. Well, I reckon he should be at least 750 At least
Fuck,
750.
so you can have him. If you reckon he's worth 750, you can have him, man. I'm telling
But he's
you
out of
now.
contract, so that's not your decision, though.
No, I know. But what I'm
So he's out of
saying is,
contract.
if I was in charge of the club,
Yeah.
right, and
Yeah.
Sauce or Jack, so I'm not going to call him Sauce because it's disrespectful to Silvani, right?
Yeah.
To Stephen. Jack, if he comes back and he goes, oh, you know, manager comes back and they've offered me 750, I would say, see you later. That's my offer.
How old is he, Rocco?
28 or something. So he's not that old. Like he's at a decent age. You'll get another 4 years if he holds up easily. So,
Easy.
but what I'm saying is, you've got to set a standard, mate.
And
You've
also,
got to stay right. It's like buying a house or a car, Manny. You can't go there saying, I want to spend like 1.1 on a house, and then it goes to 1.3 and you keep bidding. Like you've got to set your standard.
You're right, Rocco, but you also got to look at it another way, right? That sometimes you think to yourself, do I think about the money? Maybe the money I do think about, but I also think about the fact, do I go to a club? Now, look at Geelong. Why do players want to go and play in Geelong? Because if you look at the last 25 years, history shows you that Geelong is the most successful club when it comes to playing finals football, right?
Yeah.
Maybe, and Collingwood is a close second. So maybe that's what they're looking at. Maybe they're looking at the fact that, you know
but
what?
I'm not bagging that, Manny.
Yeah.
If he wants to do that, what I'm saying is go. If he wants to go and if he thinks to himself, I want to go to Geelong, for example, or Collingwood because they're more successful, then go. But if you don't want to be here, thank you for your services, but go. Because I need now a team of 40 players, right? Because not 22, I want 40 of them that want to be at that club, right? Because if you don't, it's going to put a cancer through that club, right? If you want to go, I'm sorry to say, if that's your reason, off you go. Well, it's like a girlfriend or a wife or a whatever, or a lover maybe in one of your fucking things, right? If they want to leave, well, you can't hold them back. That's not going to work, is it, Manny? You want them to stay.
You're right. But you're right.
So,
but you fuck a coach off 4 weeks before the season's over.
yeah.
So why don't they start doing that to the players? You know what? You want to go, see you later.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Look, am I speaking Greek? No, maybe if I was speaking Greek, you could understand.
But my question is,
that's what I'm saying.
I don't understand that. But I don't understand that. Why aren't they doing it, Rocco?
I don't know either.
That's the point, Manny.
That's the whole point. I'm saying that's exactly what I would do. Like I would, because these players are putting it in our face now, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm thinking about we haven't won a premiership in 30 fucking years.
Well, happy birthday.
Right? And that's because of standards, right? I want standards now. And Graham Wright is going to take over on August 15th, right? That's when he's taking over. And I hope he gets the big, the thing that you cut the wheat with. I hope he gets that and he just starts plowing through everyone, mate. And whoever doesn't want to be there, whoever gets in his way, it's time, like we do on emergency meeting, it's time to go, right? And that's it, mate. I'd rather have 22 or 40 average to good players that want to be there than 10 great players that don't want to be there. I'm the same with Curnow. Curnow could get stuffed if he wants to go. I hear he wants to go to fucking Gold Coast. Go, mate. Like you're no good to me. You're no good to me. At the end of the day, like you've all won nothing. You're all losers at the end of the day to me, right? You've all won nothing. You don't compare to that. You do not compare to the people who bled for premiership, right? So if you want to go, off you go. See you later. I would absolutely get them an Uber so they leave, right? But I would be making decisions now. And if, I don't know, maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. But at the moment, we're not doing anything right. So to me, get the right coaching, get the right players. And we don't stop there. I spoke about this yesterday, Greg Williams. Off you go. Thanks for your services. What are you doing as a footy director at Carlton? You just did an interview during the week saying that you got a brain of an 80-year-old. You can't remember your wedding. You can't remember the games you played, and then you're directing our football club. Like, what is wrong with our club? What is wrong with you people?
Don't know that.
Yeah. You know what, Rocco? I hear you, and I understand the passion that you have for that club. But my question to you is this: you're one of many Carlton supporters that have that passion and that anger. Now, why isn't the fact that the board and all them, that must certainly know, because, you know, to be fair, they even had you on Channel 7 when you were releasing your frustrations about the way the club is doing its business. Why aren't they listening to the people? Why aren't they listening to the people? I just really don't understand.
Maybe they're stubborn. Maybe we've got people in there who think they are bigger than what they are. Who knows? Why not? And I'm not saying to listen
to so-called experts. I don't know.
Well, yeah, don't listen to the wog from Reservoir. Fuck, I'm just a wog from Reservoir. What do I know about Fourever? I've heard the comments. What do you know? Have you ever played footy? Whatever. Tell me I'm wrong here. I'll tell you what's right. I'll tell you one thing that's right, that you can't deny. No one can deny this. No premiership in 30 years. You can't deny that. So they're doing something wrong, aren't they? Right? Yeah. And continuously doing it wrong. So let's get it right. Like, as I said, the Greg Williams, I did a rant last night. That does my fucking head in. He just come on a podcast and told you he's got a brain of an 80-year-old, and your footy director, get rid of him. Get rid of him. Put someone in there that's fucking going to do good for the club. What are you doing? Like, don't you care? Don't you care? That's what I would ask him. Don't you care about this club? Like, why do we have to get angry? What, don't you care about the club? Mark, you look like you want to say something. Go.
No,
you're in the same position. You're in the same position, Mark. So you won one in 2000, we won one in 95. Whatever. You haven't played finals in 8,000 days or whatever, right? Yeah. You should be just as angry as me.
Oh, mate, I'm just as angry, mate. You got no idea how angry I can get about the Essendon Football Club. But, you know, I think we just got to be persistent. It's the way footy is at the moment, Rocco. We can't pick and choose who goes on the board, who's the coach. We can only keep on supporting the club, mate, and I'm pretty sure you're going to keep supporting him. But yeah, you know, it's like anything, Rocco. We're gonna get frustrated. We're gonna get pissed off. We're gonna make our own opinions on what we think is right, what's wrong.
Who's right? Who's wrong? Who knows?
Who's wrong? Who's wrong?
Well, you know, they actually said that the Essendon Football Club, the Essendon Football Club at the moment is struggling.
We've got a lot of wogs. We've got a lot of wogs everywhere, apparently.
On the field, but
wogs itself. We've got a wog from Southeast, so we've got a lot of wogs here.
But the Essendon Football Club has seen the effects because their supporters and the amount of membership for the year and the amount of supporters that have been going to those games, right, have been minimal. Yeah. So, you know, you can be passionate about your club, but at the moment, you know, they've got to start understanding there are people that are paying. There are people that are paying.
That's right. Correct. But that happens, Manny. I mean, at the end of the day, we stir Mark about his low attendance. Now Carlton aren't starting to rock up. But you know what? Can you blame people?
Can you blame people? Like, the membership. It's more about the attendance.
What's wrong with my fucking skull that I go to every game and I won't miss out, right? I stay there. There's something wrong with me, right? But can you blame people for not showing up now? They're getting sick of it. Like, how else can we have our say? Like, how else? But the best way is to not attend games, you know? And we're lucky. We're lucky that I've got a voice. Is it being heard? Who knows? But at least I can all we can do as fans is keep pushing them, you know, and hopefully they do something. But at the end of the day, the normal fan, you tell me what can they do? What can you do? You know the clubs are going to listen to you. What can they do? The only way they can do is not attend games, not buy their memberships.
And you know what? You don't attend games.
Wait, before you go, one more thing. You know what the problem is with not buying your membership? someone like me who's a legend, if I don't buy my membership next year, I lose my spot. I lose my Legends membership. I can't get it back until so I'm almost stuck into continuing. But I don't want to lose that.
That's right.
Right. So I'm stuck. But the general member, he can just stop paying. And I'm telling you, I'm picking it now. Next year, you watch, memberships are going to go down. They won't hit 100,000 next year.
Well, that's why they're offering, free administration to kids.
100%. When have you ever heard Carlton giving away free tickets? Now we can't even feel Marvel, not the NCG, Marvel, and Carlton have already know this. Sorry, Manny, what were you going to say?
Well, no, you're right. I was just going to say that this is, to me, that's a kick in the gut for the supporter and for the members when you sit there and say, well, you know what, we can't fill up our games. Let's give them free tickets. And it's not about going to the games. It's not the free ticket, that's going to get him in the game, because you want him the free ticket for what? What are you offering with this free ticket? Because at the moment, all you're offering is frustration, and the people are frustrated, and it's becoming very, very annoying. And you know what? I reckon even free tickets, they're going to have to throw something in there like an incentive, maybe a box of cookies or something, because you don't want to go and watch a game for free. At least you can sit on there, eat a couple of chocolates or something. I don't know.
Think about this. Why are they giving away free tickets? For the aesthetics. Because they want to show you that they got people. So I don't even believe the numbers they give you out. You know, when you see those numbers, I've been to those games. 40,000. There's not 40,000 there. I'm telling you, mate, I know 40,000. I've been to enough games. I know 40,000 at the G. Right? Don't tell me there's 40,000. And then I've said this. I spoke to someone who does this sort of shit. You know what they do? Right? They're shifty, these people, right? And this is a fact. What they do is they give away thousands of tickets, right? Thousands. And then what happens, even if they don't rock up, they count those people as attendance, right? That is a scam, right? Well, what are you trying to do? Like show, oh, look, that's the same with membership. You know, memberships, that's a scam to me. Like, you really think that Carlton, Collingwood and Essendon and Richmond have got 100,000 fully paid members, or they got 25,000 and another 30,000 three-game members, another 20,000 animal members? Like, it's all just, you know what it is? It's all about who's got the biggest dick here. Look at this.
Numbers. It's all about numbers, Rocco. Numbers, mate.
Yeah.
It's shit, man. It's time to stand up, mate, and do the right thing by the supporters and by the people who pay their hard-earned money, mate. We work hard for our money. Not only money, what about time that you don't spend with your family or that sort of stuff, man? And then they piss in your face. They can go and get stuffed, all of them, mate. But I'll still go every week. That's the thing, mate. What about Carls? Carls is a star, right? He's known for nonsense leadership, demanding transparency and alignment across departments, complacent in time, and won't be tolerated. And he did that at Collingwood. He did that at Hawthorn. I think he's done that. So I've got faith in that he's going to do the right thing. But there's no guarantees here, man. Even if we get the right players and get the right coach, does that guarantee you a premiership?
No.
Nothing guarantees you a premiership. You know what guarantees you a premiership? You consistently be there. You consistently do the right things, and then maybe if you're lucky, you can win one. Only one team can win it in 18. One. You know what? I'm gonna and you know we got what's this? Magpie Army Chronicles and Mick sucker, he's there. I'm going live tonight, Leah. I'm going live tonight, Leah. You're gonna come on about 10, are you? I'll have a bit of a word with you. I'm gonna have a word with you. At least he does show up. What's his name?
No regrets.
Where is he? I've been searching. What a loser.
He's definitely on holidays. He's on holidays.
We got Bocek. Thank you, mate. You don't have to keep. He's like one of my best mates. You don't have to keep giving me money, mate. But anyway, I'll give you my bank details direct so you can put them straight in there. But so good to have Mark back. It is, man. It is. I say the love is there. Hey, listen, do you want to get someone on that maybe can have a quick discussion about this too? Here he is. Andreas, Black and White United. How are you, mate? How's things?
Good, boys. How are you?
Very good. Before we get onto your shit side and we talk about your slide, Ryan, and what about your thought? Oh, well, you're going to fucking cop it from me until the end of time, mate. What do you want from me? You want me to start?
I rock up. I rock up. So
this isn't Scotty Tompkins. This is Rocco now, mate. Listen, before we get onto that, and I'll let you have your say, you know that. What do you think about this? Have you heard what we've been saying? Do you agree?
Yeah,
disagree?
I've been listening for the past 10 minutes, mainly the last 10 minutes. And I've just made a couple of notes here, and I'm going to backtrack to I was listening in between earlier on.
Yep, 100%.
Just quickly in regards to the free tickets side of things, I can tell you now what they do is, especially at Marvel Stadium, right, in particular, because the AFL owns the stadium, they have more say in where they allocate tickets and stuff. Particularly for North Melbourne games, when they give away the free tickets for the families and stuff, they do it on the side facing the camera, okay? So it looks like there's more people at the ground. Another competition that also does it is the A-League. The A-League does it for all their finals and big games when they give away discounted tickets for children and stuff. It's always on the side that the camera's facing to give it more aesthetically pleasing look on television, okay?
Another scam, another way to scam everyone and make them believe that.
That's the false impersonation there, pretty much. The second thing I want to talk about is just like in regards to the Carlton stuff, right? Now, you've got to understand too, from a Collingwood point of view, we've been in a very similar position a couple of years ago, right? In 2021, where basically off the field, there was like coaches been changed and presidents going and petitions going on against the club and stuff like that too. So, or for the club to change direction. You can talk about Graham Wright all you want, and I'm telling you now, he's going to do a fantastic job, or whatever club he's at. Even if it's at Carlton, he'll do a good job. He'll gut the place. He'll do whatever. But you guys need, right, to have your president come out and be a lot more present in front of the camera, be a lot more vocal. You need to probably stop, as a supporter, putting all your eggs in the Graham Wright basket, because he'll do his job. He knows what he's doing. But your president, apart from when, honestly, I saw him on the Blue or Broad channel when Terry interviewed him, right? I haven't seen it. Oh, look, I did. I'm not a Carlton sympathiser, but if I was going to be, I almost did with that interview, only because you could tell that Terry really wanted to, and he was asking the hard questions, and it was a typical president response. I thought it was very, how do I say it? Like it was all the answers were very generic and stuff, and he was referring back to like what you wanted to sort of hear. You know, it's what, as a supporter of a football club, if I was a Carlton supporter, I'd be saying, oh, yeah, this is what we want to hear, but this is just generic fucking garbage that they're spitting like coaches do half the time in their press conferences. You know what I mean? So it is what it is there, but the president's got to come out more, because at the end of the day, I know, you know, the people on the board at every club, it's a voluntary position. It's not a paid for position, right? So let Graham Wright do his stuff. He's getting paid the big bucks to do what he needs to do, but the president needs to be the spokesperson for that. And right now, like if it wasn't for Terry's interview, I wouldn't even know who the president was. It wasn't until I did my research on him and stuff like that to see who this guy was that I realized who he actually is, you know? So that's that one there for you. The other one too is, just in regards to Melbourne and sacking Goodwin. Now, if, and this sort of relates back to Carlton as well, if Carlton do end up sacking Voss, and I'm 50-50 as a neutral if they should or they shouldn't, you're gonna gut the club regardless. Yeah, you're gonna do what you need to do, but if you keep Voss, do you have some sort of stability within the change, just so you know the ship's sort of steady? But at the same time, did Melbourne sack Goodwin? Well, sorry, with Melbourne sacking Goodwin, did that throw Carlton off guard a little bit? And is that why they're doing their meeting now? Because if that's the reason why they're doing their meeting now, then Voss is gone.
I heard that it's on the first of the month, they always have this meeting. So it's a bit like they always have this meeting. So I think everyone's jumped on it because of all the shit that's happened, and now they're making it out like it's a massive meeting, Are they going to move on quicker? Yeah, probably. If that's what they're deciding, I think they should move on. I think they will. And about the stability, well, I just don't think he's a good coach.
Yeah, well, you only need, and the last point I wanted to make on that too, like you guys only need, and the same thing goes to Essendon. Richmond, not really, because they've had their recent success and we can see what they're doing, right? But particularly with Carlton and Essendon, you guys only need one season. You don't even need to win the premiership. You just need to make finals and play half decent, attractive football to become a destination club. Right, we did that in 22, and then we got the players in 23 that we needed to fill the void, and then we won a premiership by doing that. It's not a hard process.
We did it in 23, man. We made a preliminary, played really good football, and then we played good football the second half of last year.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But then we fell away, But
yeah.
I think you probably need to do it a couple more times and just one off, So
it depends how good the one-off is too. But if you did it for a couple of seasons and you became a destination club, you will attract the players in, and then obviously everything changes. I understand that it's easier said than done, but we've done it, and you look at from a coach's point of view. If you wanted to coach one of these clubs, especially Carlton and Melbourne, for that sake, different clubs in general, but I think the Carlton job looks a lot more attractive if you're a coach coming in, because because with Melbourne, like, you've got no home ground. You're training in literally a Gotcha's paddock. Your admin offices are at a soccer ground, and then you train also down at Casey. There's no stability there, right? And they won a flag with no stability, which is it's a good effort by Goodwin, 100%. But then you've got the culture aspect and everything of it too. Carlton have some of the best facilities in the competition. They've got a rich history, blah, blah, blah. The attraction there to get a decent coach in is a lot better than what the Melbourne job is too. So
and I'll quickly ask you, and I think, Mark, did you want to say something?
I was going to say you're spot on there, Andreas, because I was really looking forward to this year with the Essendon Football Club, really, making finals with the list that we had and the players that we've got. We've got some young players, obviously, but the list that we've got, I was so looking forward to the Essendon Football Club making finals and being competitive. And that would have been possibly a destination club. But the club just suffered from injuries. That's what killed us this year. And it's got to be one reason or another, and I'm sick and tired of it. But if we didn't have those injuries, mate, the players that we've got, the young players have played 50 to 100 games now. I was really looking forward to it this year, mate. And it just killed us. The injuries just killed us for some reason. And you don't.
I do think that you guys are on a very similar pathway to what Richmond is. I think Richmond's young talent's probably a little bit better than yours, but the benefit that you guys have is that with these injuries, you're going to have these players that have already played within a couple of seasons 50 to 100 games, and they're all going to be like around the 21 years of age. Yeah. All you guys need now, obviously, is a better injury. Keeping Draper is a massive thing. I don't think you will, but if you did, that'd be a bonus. All you need to do is just add a couple of delisted free agents or people on the market just to give you guys a bit more of a stronger spine. And then you'll start to see these clubs like you guys, Carlton, even Richmond in that sense too, because they're filled with kids. You'll start to see them come up. And that's why with the compromised drafts that are happening now, right, this is the way to go. That was the Geelong model. It's become Collingwood's model, right? Collingwood won't bottom out, but we'll rebuild within being, even if we drop to the middle within a couple of years, we're going to rebuild with it within that and then move from there. So, look, that's my takes on it so far. That's all the notes I can
just quickly before we go on, let's just get thanks, Oz. He's a star, mate. I'm telling you, Oz is a star. Get onto his. I don't know if you put your wrestling channel on, we can subscribe to that, but. Jumper Punch also did live streams of the wrestling Monday.
SummerSlam.
The summer, we called it the Summer Slam, and what did we call it? Summer Scam or something, I don't know. But we did it. Bocek did a great job in doing it. Yeah, so that's a bit fun. We've got heaps of wrestling people who love the wrestling, man. So, but
how good was Brock Lesnar just making that appearance at the end? I'll tell you what, I was like,
well, he's the one that no one expected to come back and that, and yeah, so he was the big one. Yeah, so man, I'm telling you, there could be some stuff happening with the jumper punch and wrestling. So I wouldn't mind having a wrestling match between all the social media people. What do you reckon? I reckon we have a full-on wrestling match between all the social media people. That'd be sick.
I probably need to do a full preseason for and get rid of my gout, and then I might sign up.
I'll do my hammy as soon as I jump over those ropes. Carlton has beaten Gold Coast the last 3 times, and they've played against each other, but the Suns will win this week, and it'll be a close game. I actually totally agree with you. I reckon it's going to be a close game, but we'll end up losing. And one more question before we get on to the Magpies. What do you think about sacking the coach 3 or 4 weeks before the end of the season? You think that's good, or you think that's no good?
No, they probably should have done it mid-season. Let's be real. If they were going to do it,
it's okay to sack before the end of the season?
Yeah, I mean, if you had told him behind closed doors, we're not going to go on with you for next season, just finish off the year and that's it. That's fair enough. That's probably a better way to go. But the thing is with Melbourne, they've got no CEO, they've got no president. Their board's all interim people, right? And they've got an interim coach now. So, again, they want to talk about culture and stability. Keep the stability to the end of the season, right? And then do your changes and stuff going from there. Because right now the club's run by basically substitute teachers. That's it.
They've got bigger issues. As I said, man, it's not just a coach. Players are also all over the place, and I reckon they've got a couple of big names leaving at the end of the year. I reckon they've got Petrarca.
It's such a hard thing. I think Oliver's the one that they'll probably get rid of if someone's willing to take at least half of it. But no, people want Oliver. They don't want the contract clauses that he signed with them. So
you don't want Oliver. Well, you want another bloke like that, mate. Him and Elijah Holland have dates.
No, I wouldn't want Oliver. If Oliver leaves, he's going to go to Bulldogs or he's going to go to Geelong. It's as simple as that.
I reckon he would go somewhere else, but I wouldn't want Oliver. I don't want that drama. What do you reckon, Liam? I heard you say something. Would you take Oliver?
No one's interested in Oliver. Too much baggage with him now. Too much off-field problem.
Exactly, mate. For me,
Petrarca, we'll take him.
Petrarca, 29. He's a game changer, that bloke. He's a superstar. I'll take Petrarca. I wanted him last year. I would have given Mackay for Petrarca last year. He's a game changer.
I reckon you'll get Bailey Fritsch for Melbourne. I reckon you get the small forward. I reckon you'll probably I don't rate him, but in your system, he'll probably be okay under Kerno.
I want a couple of premiership players in there to give some ability and some fucking some experience and people like him. He's won a premiership at the end of the day. He's not the greatest player, but we've got no one in there. We need some of that in our club, But anyway. Cats will get Oliver. Cats will get fucking everyone, mate. Cats will get everyone, mate.
They take pay cuts, man. That's what's doing it.
Mate, it's the cotton on fire.
Dangerfield, and
they're a bigger scammer than Carlton. I don't know where they're getting their money from and bloody what side deals they're doing, but bloody hell, man. Bloody hell. But anyway, while we got you there. There you go. You told me you're going to win by about 4 goals. 10-5, 65, 14-8, I think, 92. And then, they kind of got away at the end. The show, the last 4 weeks hasn't been good for you. Even against Richmond, really, there was a few little signs there. But you're the experts used to at the bottom there. What happened on that match? And then we can talk about what's coming up.
Well,
you can go, Manny.
I was just going to say, sorry, Andres, before you go. I was going to say that, we keep forgetting that Brisbane isn't a pushover team. Yeah,
nah.
They are a premiership team, and they are at the moment. Fair to say that they're one of the 2 teams, Brisbane and Adelaide at the moment, who are starting to hit their strides at the right time of the season. Now, we can go back to 2023 where Collingwood was probably in a similar position, but as McRae says, different team altogether. But What do you reckon, Andrea?
Well, the first quarter, let's be real here, the first quarter, we did not match their intensity whatsoever. So they got up to a 20-point lead, and then pretty much once they got up to that 20-point lead, we ended up playing catch-up football pretty much for the rest of the game. Okay, now we ended up getting in front in the second quarter, and one of the notes that I made here to say was that second quarter was some of the best football that we have played in months, not for the season, but that second quarter for us to get back in front, right? Albeit by a goal, the way that we controlled the ball in the second quarter, we were peppering their backline nonstop. They were rushing their kicks out. We were intercept marking. We had complete dominance in that second quarter. Now, we went into that second quarter 1 point down because of a late free kick goal that they got, whatever, right? That's fine. It's okay. It was pretty much even Stevens after that. The problem that we faced is that we spent our energy trying to get to that point, and that's because of the first quarter stuff up, right? Then in the third quarter, they obviously started pulling away a little bit, and what I wanted us to do to Brisbane was exactly the same. That was exactly the same thing as what they did to us. I thought it was going to be roles reversed. So with that being said, if we had have lost this game the way that we did, and it was against a middle team, if it was again, and no disrespect, if we had lost that game to a Carlton, if we had lost that game to, like, you know, a St Kilda or someone like that, then the alarm bells would be absolutely ringing. You move on to this week and you play against Hawthorn. If we lose to Hawthorn, then for me personally, the alarm bells will start to ringing. I am confident this week against Hawthorn. I think our season's obviously not on the line, but the trajectory on where we qualify is on the line now, because we're not going to beat Adelaide in Adelaide. Let's be real. Next week, we're not going to win, right?
That would be a massive win if you beat Adelaide in Adelaide. That would probably.
I tell you now, it's such a Collingwood thing to do. We go get slapped against Hawthorn, and then we go up to Adelaide. We beat Adelaide, and then we beat Melbourne, and then we end up finishing 5th on percentage. Like, it's such a typical Collingwood thing that's going to happen. But we just need to take it 1 week at a time. If we win all 3, we still finish top. If we win 2 out of the 3, we still can miss the 4 on percentage. Right, but most likely we could probably finish 3rd. The game against the Fremantle Brisbane game is going to be massive. I think that's next week or whatever it is. I can't remember. That's the big one. That's going to dictate the top 4, pretty much the top 6, really. But yeah, I'm holding back. I'm still confident, but I don't want to. We need to play 4 quarters of football. And these, I don't know about you, Manny, what you think, but these ins and outs and these chops and changes that we're doing, I mean, we've got 3 games left now. Stop managing players. Stop resting players if they don't need to be rested. Forget about these loads that we're doing or whatever it is. Yes, it won us a flag a couple of years ago, but it's not middle season now. It's the end of the season, so we need to make sure that our best teams playing out there. Yeah,
it's the business end of the game now. And you know what? I know people are saying, Geelong's got an easy home run.
I love that.
You know, you've got Geelong that's got business end of the season. You've got Geelong at the moment, who's got everybody's saying, they've got an easy run home, and the other team's got an easy run home. You know what? I'm actually happy to be playing against Hawthorn. I'm happy to be playing against Adelaide, because to me, it's going to prove that, you know what, get your team ready. This is when you got to get your team ready. And you're right. Forget about trying to, bring play. Start thinking about, right, what team do I want to play finals football with? Let's get them on the ground nice and early. Let's be there by the end of the season where we're ready to play finals football. Because at the moment, I'll be honest with you, I've had Rocco in the background sending me text messages telling me we're on the slide. I'm telling you, I'm thinking about going and spending the day down up in Queensland at those big water slides, because that's how I feel at the moment. Because we beat Richmond. All right, we did what we had to do against Richmond, and I did make a point that Richmond had a lot of inside 50s, and if their kicking was a little bit better, it could have been a lot closer. Not that we would have lost, but we shouldn't have given up that game against Fremantle. Yeah. For me, that was, and to go up the Gold Coast and do what we did. All right, we lost by a point. Who cares? Even if we lost by a goal, who cares? The facts are we lost. Yeah, and these are we've done too many mistakes, and the wrong type of mistakes. And it's the wrong time of the season to be doing these type of mistakes.
There was a comment on SEN made today. I think it was by Nathan Buckley this morning when he was on, and he said, and what he said was really, like, it was correct. He said that, you know, when you're 10 points up on top of the ladder, you can't maintain that at all the time. You can't maintain that consistent level. You're going to have dips. You're going to have whatever. I think that what we did was we got potentially a little bit cocky or a little bit too cute, and we flirted with the with players going in and out, and we overdone the management side of things, and it dropped. Am I making excuses? Maybe. I'm trying to be optimistic about the thing because we played like crap the last month of football. Ever since we beat Carlton, we've played like crap since. But we've had too many changes. So the team that we've got in now, which got released tonight, apart from Bobby Hill and Bo McCreary, it's almost a full strength Collingwood. So if we can click now, we get this W against Hawthorn, and we click now and we get all our players back, well, we're in a really good spot because we're going to be going upwards at the right time of the season. So it just depends on, honestly, it just depends on the ins and outs over the next few weeks. But if we get touched up by Hawthorn, I think it's safe to say that we peaked a little bit too early, but I'm not going to go with that. We'll see what happens soon. But at the end of the day, right, as we sit right now, we're still second on the ladder, so I'm pretty happy with where we are.
Yeah, and I mean, I keep saying this, and I know it's a different team, but last year we were exactly the same. And we were second with 6 points, and we slid away, and we only ended up beating West Coast and North. You've only beaten Richmond. If you lose to Hawthorn, yep. If you beat Hawthorn, then you're back on track, yeah. And Hawthorn are beatable. Hawthorn are beatable for sure, but they can also. They played a good game against Adelaide, man. Over there, they played a really good game. So when they get cracking, so listen, at the end of the day, let's be serious. It's going to be even Melbourne the last round. If you lose the next two, the pressure's going to be right on. And they're going to have an interim coach. You know what happens when teams get interim coaches? But
that happens the week. That happens the week on. But they're playing the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs are going to touch them up. So I don't think that happens.
You know what though? To be fair. You know what? To be fair, I'm not going to be interested in sitting there and accepting the what ifs. If we don't beat Hawthorn and we don't beat Adelaide, the question I ask myself is, all right, we've had a good season and we've managed to keep ourselves up there, but are we good enough to be playing in finals football? Well, the way we're playing at the moment, we are going to play finals football, but I don't think we're going to be strong enough to. But I don't think we're going to be strong enough to get any further after that. I think it's probably going to be one game. Thank you very much, and that's the end of the season. Personally, that's what I think. The way we are at the moment.
You're good enough to play finals, 100%.
No, but what I'm saying is the way we are at the moment. I think we're gonna be lucky to finish in the floor.
Tomorrow's a huge game, man. Huge game for you guys. Are you going to be there? So, what do you reckon about? Quickly, you're giving us the ins, who you say is, so it's pretty stability. You doing so many changes, you got to be thinking about why are they doing those changes? Are they resting them? Is there niggly injuries? Who knows, right? They only know. But Andreas, tomorrow, what's going to happen?
Hawthorn are going to come out in the first quarter like they did against Adelaide, and you got to understand too, Hawthorn are playing for their season because the way the ladder predictor goes at the moment, if you go the most likely results, they finish 9th, and they'll be the most unlucky side to not play finals football. With that being said, they're going to come out firing. I think we know what to expect. We touched them up by 50-something points last time. So at the G, and the team that we've got in is not any much different to the team that's playing now. So, and Hawthorn, I think, will probably in a little bit better form than. The only difference is now Hawthorn's transition game is absolutely elite. They couldn't keep up with it against Adelaide because, I mean, Adelaide's a different kettle of fish at the moment. They're just too hot. But with that being said, Hawthorn's transition from the back line going up to their forward 50, it's literally just one kick and a couple of hand passes, and it's lightning speed. With the way that our defense is at the moment, without the inclusions of Howe and Frampton that are playing this week, our defense will get absolutely broken apart by them. The only thing that I'm thinking that maybe we're going to win the battle is in the midfield. I think Hawthorn have gone too tall against us. We haven't gone that tall this week. I think that might slow them down. And then with players like your Schultz, who had a great game against Brisbane, you've got Josh Dacos, who's running riot. There's been a bit of attention on Dan Houston this week, so I expect him to get some decent touch in. And then Nick Dacos will just turn it up as he usually does. I think that's enough star power there. I am worried about their small forwards within their talls, though. The Crumming on the pack, the Nick Watsons, the Jack Inovans. I'm worried when the ball does go to ground in our defence. But with that being said, the counter argument is we've pretty much got a 100% defence against Hawthorn this week. So it's going to be a big one. It's a 50-50 call, I think, and someone just said Hawks Collingwood real 50-50 game there. Good timing. Great minds think alike. I do think, though, that we should probably win by 2 goals. I reckon 11 points we'll get up by. With that being said, I wouldn't be surprised either way, but the line, I reckon, about 11 points in this game.
Fair enough. That's good. And I think it's I hope you get pumped, but that's a pretty good assessment of what's happened and what could happen tomorrow. Oh, I just think it's worrying. 3 out of the last 4 just barely beat not barely beat Richmond, but you saw what Richmond did this week. They got smashed, So, but Richmond can be up and down a bit. But yeah, it's going to be tough. But if you lose, tomorrow's a huge game, man. It's fucking. I'm going to be tuned in tomorrow night, man. I'm going to be tuned into that game there, and that's it. Marco, before we let him go, have you got anything to say about the Pies?
I'm not going to banter a little bit. I thought I might give Manny a bit of a bullshit banter, but Juno next door was going to give me some Vaseline. He was going to give me a tub of Vaseline, but
here we go.
I thought I better not bring that onto the show this evening. But I did have a conversation with, I think it might have been No Regrets about 7-8 weeks ago about Collingwood.
What did he say? No Regrets has disappeared anyway. I'm worried. If anyone's seen it,
you might come back on. But I did say that they might finish about 5th or 6th by the end of the year, and he laughed about it. But to be quite honest, Manny, I think you boys are going to struggle. Like I said once before, teams are catching yous. You got a lot more older players at the moment, and I think you guys will probably finish maybe fourth, and you're going to go out in straight sets. But I think Collingwood are in some serious trouble the next couple of weeks.
There you go. That's straight from Marco's mouth. So we'll see. Time will tell.
I got my one question for Andrea and Manny. Off-field stuff, but about all the players that are being linked out. Jamie Elliott today's another one linked up. And we have done a bit of homework, Manny. I think I'm not sure if Brody Meyercheck has signed on. Maybe Andreas can double check that. But I just wanted to ask you boys: is any of that off-field talk stuff that's happening affecting players and affecting your off-field on-field performance at the moment? With all these players wanting to potentially leave the club.
All right, I've got this one, Manny. Don't worry. First things first.
Just quickly, are you related to a guy?
This is what I'm going to say. I'm not related to him, but we have partied in Mykonos together, and I do have photos with him while he was DJing guests. But we're not related, but we do know each other. Yes.
All right, good. Because he actually asked me that. He's going, "Is he?" I go, "I don't know, man." He goes, "Because there's a bloke that looks."
I've got a photo. I've got a photo of him with my phone. I'll send it to you later. Now, in regards to the Meyercheck discussion, if Meyercheck was to leave, I'm perfectly fine with it. I don't think it's distracting anyone. He just wants the contract that's going to suit him. That's it. I think that it's a big media beat up about the Collingwood's meeting up with this player or they want this player. Every single season, Collingwood is linked to absolutely everybody. Last year, we were linked to Petrarca. This year, we're linked to Ben King now. Now we're linked to Sauce. Yeah, so it happens all the time. Jamie Elliott's going to re-sign. From what I know of, the contract terms were agreed to upon a while ago, but he just hasn't put the pen to paper. That'll happen. I don't see Jamie Elliott playing 2 years up in Brisbane or whatever it is. I think he'll stay at Collingwood. If Meyercheck does go to Sydney or Melbourne, so be it. You won us a premiership. You were part of a flag. That's fucking awesome. It is what it is. I don't really see it as a big deal if we're going to lose players after that we gave him a chance, he repaid the club. If he wants to move on for a season or whatever it is, that's it. Do I think the club should look after the current crop and give them the contracts if you can put it in if you can fit it into the cap? 100%. But I think the only two that we haven't offered contracts to for next season, and then they've been told to wait, is Mason Cox and Tom Mitchell. Everybody else has received a contract in front of them. So I think most of it's just a bit of media.
Well,
I think most of it.
That'll be relief for the Richmond Football Club if Mason Cox doesn't re-sign.
I reckon, just quietly, Mason Cox should pick up Mitchell like a baby, and they should just walk out of the club just quietly. But enough.
Well, I reckon just quietly, if TDK was to go to St Kilda and you guys need another backup ruckman, Mason Cox is one of the best tap ruckmans in the competition. Like tap wise, he is, and he would suit you guys absolutely perfectly.
Yeah,
he's seriously one of the worst players I've ever seen in my life. And I've heard Manny go to a premiership player. Yeah, so be it. Good on him. Off you go. I'd deport him. I would send him back.
He's an Australian citizen now. He's got his citizenship.
I don't care. I'd take it off. I'd take it off him. I'd go, you can't be living here. Off you go. All right. This has been great. You've been fantastic.
What about Darcy Cameron? He's had enough as well. He wants to go to West Coast.
I'll take Darcy.
Okay, so this is the one where we're sort of getting a little bit because if we were to lose him, I would rather lose him now while he's under contract than lose him and get a because of the contract clauses he's on at the moment, because he's on peanuts. Regardless of how good he is, the compensation pick's going to be next to nothing, right? And then because the draft is actually compromised, let's say we get pick 8 in the top 10. That's not going to be that's going to be pick 13, pick 14. After all the father sons and NGAs happen. Well, I'm sorry, I want something more for him. So if he wants to go home and he wants to leave and he's saying, I want to do what's in the best interest of Collingwood, then go now. You can go to West Coast. We can get either a high first rounder, or we package it up and we go for someone from their club that we need, or we get the pick and then we turn around to Melbourne and say, hey, you guys are doing a fire sale. Here's a first rounder for one of your players. This is all you're getting. So there's a whole bunch of scenarios that happen there. Do I want to lose him? No. I want the contract signed. I think he's the second best ruckman in the competition at the moment, and you need him at your club. And it's not just for the ruck stuff; it's the intercept marking, the defensive intercept marking he does. I mean, every club would die for a player like that. So you just and we got him for a ham sandwich from Sydney, really, and look what it's turned into.
He's a good ruckman, man. He's a good ruckman for sure, man.
All Australian ruckman for me this year.
I think he's second. I think Gawn gets it because he's Gawn, and I think Cameron's proven himself to be a better ruckman than Sherry. Also because Sherry's also been suspended and stuff like that too. So if you want to look on merits and stuff like that, you give it to Darcy Cameron, and then obviously TDK.
He's definitely top 3 or 4. 100. I don't rate TDK as he's not a top.
No, but if TDK was playing in form and he didn't have all this bullshit distraction, then obviously TDK is in the discussion as well, regardless. Yeah, but right now, if you
playing AFL,
if you had to pick two ruckmen to be in the All Australian team, it's Gawn and Darcy Cameron, and I don't think many people can argue that at the moment.
100%, man, 100%. All right,
Grundy's
man.
third.
Hey, Grundy actually got 39 on the weekend.
Yeah, 39 touches. That's crazy.
He got 39, and so make sure you get onto his YouTube, Black and White.
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
Black and White United on YouTube and on Instagram as well. But thank you, boys, for having me.
You're doing something Friday morning, are you?
Yeah, so I thought I'd change it up a little bit instead of doing all my usual videos and lives on Tuesday nights and stuff like that. I thought I get RDOs every second week on a Friday morning, and I sit here and fucking twiddle my fingers and I'm thinking to myself, nah, fuck that. I'm gonna do a more of a radio breakfast sort of style YouTube show. I've got some people who are gonna call in. I think Snapper has turned around and said he's gonna call in as well. So Snapper's coming on.
Snapper coming on. So
he's coming on. So it'll be something decent. I've been doing all right now. Got myself a proper setup, a proper mic, proper headphones and stuff like that. So slowly moving up in the world. But it's good fun. I love it. I love being on this show. I love doing it all. We might be rivals, but we all get along great. It's fucking awesome. I love it.
It's great, man. As far as the social part goes, it's fantastic. But your teams, I fucking hope they get punished.
I honestly hope you guys get relegated. They bring in relegation to AFL and you guys piss off to like the VAFA or something.
We'll get pumped. I don't give a shit. But you guys, I'm telling you, I hope Ginnivan kicks 4.
You know what's funny though? You know what's funny? I just before I leave, Gather Round last year. I went to Gather Round last year, and if anybody's watching and they haven't been to Gather Round before, make sure you go because I know it's in Adelaide and it's a fucking tin hole town, but it is absolutely awesome, right? A Gather Round is great. That Gather Round game was Ginnivan's first game against Collingwood. We won by like 5 points. The first quarter, right? Ginnivan gets the ball. I think it was the first goal for Hawthorn, whatever it was. Yeah. Ginnivan gets the ball and he gets tackled, right? He got tackled around the arms. He lifts up the elbow. The arm slides to his neck and the umpire pays it. And I'm thinking to myself, where were you the season before when Redmond got Ginnivan in a headlock and basically like made him tap out of the headlock and didn't pay a high tackle? The second he takes the Collingwood jumper off, it's too high. I'm thinking, no, scuss it in my luck. This is bullshit.
Listen, as soon as a player goes to another club, I don't care who it is, man. Mate, I hate their guts. I don't care who they are, man. And that's the same with Jack. If he goes to any club, man, I don't boo, but mate, I'm hoping he does really bad.
Look, I don't think it's the Collingwood. From a Collingwood point of view, we don't really care about his last name or the club that he played for. However, we care more about where his position is, and we identify the needs in our side. But from a flip side point of view, if this was a Dacos, Dacos is like compared to Sauce is a bit higher. But if this was a Dacos or someone that was a second or third generational player, I can understand the frustration of crossing towns to one of your rivals. I mean, it's just. We burnt when it was Daisy Thomas, and Daisy Thomas wasn't a third generation player. He was a premiership player. So, but yeah, I understand where you guys are coming from with that. But from a Collingwood point of view, it's to address our needs more than anything. And I hope he does come. So, yeah.
And that's how it should be. All right, mate. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it. I'll see you next week. Mark, it's good to see you back on the channel as well, buddy.
Thanks, mate. Take care, mate.
All right, see you, boys.
See you guys.
See you, Andres.
Very good. All right, very good. That was a good discussion. You're going to get pumped, but that's all right. So then we did have another. We're going to go straight into this one here. So you kicked. I'm trying to look at that number because it's a bit hidden. You kicked 2 goals. Is that 2 goals 11 to 16 goals?
11, mate.
11, mate. And you got beaten by a team that wears pink, bro.
Yeah, they're about to beat your team this week, so don't
whatever. They're wearing pink, bro, and you got beaten, man.
I think it's salmon. It's not pink, it's salmon.
Salmon. That sounds like Ross from Friends when he was wearing his pink top, and he kept saying it was salmon. It's pink, and that's it, man. You got beaten by the pink boys. What did you see? What did you see? Tell us what you saw there.
Do you know what the worst thing is like? I watched this game on replay. I had to go back and watch it to see what happened. That's the worst thing. I was like, man, I already know we got the result, and now I have to go back and watch it and see why we got smashed. We were just weak, really. Like they bullied us around the ball. They bullied us at the contest. We couldn't keep up with them. They moved the ball far too easy, and when we had our chances going forward, boy, we didn't take them. It's been a problem of ours, like. Moving in the ball, it's been getting better, but it has been a problem a bit this season, particularly that conversion inside 50. Like we had 34 inside 50s for the game, and 13 scoring shots is all right, but 2 goals 11, that's shocking, man. Yeah, there's it's hard to find the positives in this game. I really can't tell you too much of anyone that did anything good, apart from probably Nick Austin, who's been outstanding all season and should be another player considered in the All-Australian side. There really was not a lot to like. We got smashed by a very good team, and it's hard. I think, I was chatting with you a bit about it on Sunday. I said it feels like a bit of a step backwards because we've been playing better football and we've been building towards playing better. So when we drop a stinker performance like that, it's kind of like, oh, we've worked hard to get a couple steps forward. Now we've slipped right down the bottom. So in that sense, it's very frustrating. But you got to cop it on the chin. We got to give credit to the pink team, Gold Coast. They're a good team. They're going to go do good things. It wasn't our day. Not much more.
Many reckon they won't make finals.
That is true, mate. But potentially Collingwood might not play finals. So we shall see.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens. We will talk a little bit about this a little bit later. But yeah, they got one final game after the last game against Marco's side, and they could actually probably imagine them winning against Essendon to knock Collingwood out of the top 4 or something. Wouldn't that be lovely? Have you got any questions for this game against the Suns for Liam, Marco, or Maggie, or anything about Richmond?
It's not really. I get rid of what
you just leave it, let it be.
Keep looking forward to next year, buddy.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if something's dead, it's dead. It was that was absolutely pathetic, actually disgusting. I mean, you call yourself an AFL team, we're rebuilding. Everybody's rebuilding. Absolutely shocking. I wouldn't be talking about Richmond at least for a couple of years. That was absolutely pathetic. Yeah.
All this after one game.
No, that was pathetic. You guys played your premiership game last week against Collingwood because that's what the little teams do. They want to play big games against Collingwood. Everybody wants to play in the big stage, Collingwood, right? Everybody wants to play the big names. Collingwood, Carlton, Essendon. They want to play the big names. And of course, Richmond is a good team. But at the moment, you guys are hopeless. You know what? Go stick to baking cakes because you just can't kick a fucking football.
Can I say something?
Did the same thing to you a month ago.
Can I say something? Yeah, they did. Remember what the Suns did to you? They left you scoreless for a half of footy, and that's what you should be worried about. Yeah. Can I say something to Manny about that? So that means that you've watched the Richmond Suns game. Where did Richmond lose it?
They lost it everywhere.
Where?
They were losing it everywhere. They were losing in defence. They were losing in defence. They were losing in the midfield. They were losing everywhere.
So you watched the whole game?
And they're kicking. I watched the replay of part of the game, and their kicking was shocking.
So
kicking was shocking.
You're commenting on watching a couple of replays. So you still didn't answer. Where did they lose it? Because I bet you I can tell Liam, and he'll tell us exactly where they lost it.
Well, they lost it in their defence. They lost it in defence. And their midfield let them down completely.
So it is what it is.
I think we lost it more at the ball. We got smashed at the contest. Their mids beat us up. That's where we lost it for me. And then our own ball movement. You are right. We did kick shocking. I don't think the defense was too bad, but when you're down, I've got it here somewhere. 85 possessions is the difference. 56 inside 50s to 34. Of course they're going to put a good score on the board. Of course your defense is going to be under pressure, but it comes off the back of poor ball movement when we had the ball and getting smashed up and giving them first use of it out of the stoppage. That's where we lost the game.
Exactly, man. Come on, man. You didn't see the game. Don't go commenting on it. Marco, any comments?
Oh, really? Look, just get the season over and done with, buddy, and hopefully you boys can be a little bit more consistent the next couple of weeks and get some reward on. But we don't
want to kick you while you're down there, Liam. We don't want to kick you while you're down there.
No, I don't mind the old banter, mate, but tonight I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, mate, and I'll let you relax a little bit. But you need to just be consistent, obviously, the next 2 or 3 weeks, regardless if you win or lose, and just play some simple football.
I have been waiting for you to come back though, because I have had a little look at the ladder, which I'm sure Manny will take us through later. But I reckon there is a very big chance Richmond can finish above your team.
I like
There
this.
is a very big chance. I didn't want to say it, but
Very good segue.
I don't
Behind
want to open up a can of worms there, but I seriously think these days the teams that make the finals, that are not going to make the finals, they're starting to tank now, mate. And sometimes I start thinking about is the Essendon Football Club starting to tank? We need to be lower. You know, what Melbourne lose every week. You know, it's the way it is, mate. Like tanking.
Carlton's been tanking.
There's something going on there.
Carlton's been tanking since round 1, mate. Well, talk about shit sides. Here we go. Sydney, 1968, 7-12-54. Was a gallant performance by Essendon. To tell you the truth, I didn't really watch this game, so I'm not going to really comment, but I can comment on the time you've been away, Marco, right? And yous are shit, man. I don't give a shit about injuries and that. Yous have been getting reamed week in, week out, because even with your injuries, you have folded worse than a deck chair. Sorry, I'll leave it to you, mate.
You're right there. Look, I mean, you know, at the end of the day, look, I'm always going to support the Bombers. And as you're saying, you didn't watch the game. And to be quite honest, on Saturday afternoon, I actually thought to myself, you know what, and I haven't done it for about 10 years. I'm not watching the game. I'm going to listen to the game on radio again. And I was listening to it on Triple N on Saturday afternoon. And not really, because I used to love listening to the football years ago. Didn't watch it, just listen to it on the radio and, you know, memorize everything. Not being sexist or anything like that, but the commentary, I don't know who the female commentator was, honestly. I'm sure we all know. This game, mate. There was no enthusiasm. It was just a blur. You know, I'm pretty sure they've got other commentators out there on Triple M that can give the game a bit of an off, even though the game wasn't really performed to the perfection there. But, mate, I just couldn't believe how bad the commentary was on Triple M. It was shocking. So, anyway, no, not being sexist or anything like that, but that female commentator, I'm not quite sure her name was, but it was shocking. It was shocking. But
what is her name, Rocco?
I forgot her name. Someone will put it in the comments, but I know who we're talking about, but I forget her name. I'm sure someone's going to put it in there.
Yeah, I just understand, you know, and I think she was one of the major commentators on the show on the actual radio. So, but yeah, all in all, guys, you know, it was probably a pretty boring game to even try and watch. But I'm always going to look at positives. And the positive was obviously Jaden Nugent. He was our 14th debutant. I think that's the record. I think it's the record at the moment. I think Fitzroy was 13 debutants for the year. We've already reached 14. So, you know, is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? I don't know at this stage, but that was probably one positive. That another first gamer. And I'm gonna throw another positive into it. Although, you know, we're not playing good football, it's probably good to see that debutants the last probably 5 to 6 weeks, they're playing together. You know, they're playing every week together. And it's got to be a positive for them, you know. And if they continue to play with each other to the end of the year, it's got to be a positive thing. And hopefully next year, I just want to see at least maybe 4 or 5 of those times play next year every week consistently with, you know, the likes of Caddy and Archie Roberts, which obviously they're in their second season now. But those players would be Isaac Kako, Jack Nugent, Lewis Hayes, Angus Clark, and Zach Johnson. If those 5 players can play consistently next year for the Essendon Football Club, I think. Well, you know, I think the beauty about it, Rocco, is that they're playing every week together, these young kids, and continuity of these guys
Talking
playing
about this
together.
year for you, didn't you say
Well-
that you're going to make finals guaranteed? I'm pretty sure I heard a lot of that.
Look, if those 5 kids can play next year every week consistently with the likes of Caddy and Roberts, and obviously you're going to get some senior players coming back. Hopefully Draper stays around. These injuries are cured us, but if you can get Langford back and Reed, Ridley, so many players, Corwell, it just keeps going on and on. If we can just hold these players fit next year and keep consistently with these young players playing next year, I think we'll be okay. It's
Marco,
You
Marco, you're starting to sound like me. You're starting to sound like me. You're avoiding the answer. Answer the question. Will you be playing finals football next year?
Injury free.
Bum, bum. You are the worst, Mark. You are the worst for answering questions. Yes,
I think Essendon will make the finals next year. Injury free.
Right, that's all we got to do.
With those young players consistently playing every week, and that's the beauty about it at the moment. It's a downfall this year, but it could be a positive for next year.
All right, I like it. I like that you're back and you're already informed. So I just imagine in a couple of weeks when you really start building into this, the rubbish that's going to come out of your mouth is going to be tenfold. And we at the Jumper Punch cannot wait for that. We cannot wait for the rubbish.
The Carlton game, mate. That'll be a highlight.
We're going to be talking about them in a sec. But there was a positive. There was a positive for Essendon, which I'm going to be honest here. And the positive is that you've only got 4 games to go this year. Talk about only 3 games.
Get the young players playing, mate. Get the young players playing together for the next 4 weeks. Could be positive.
All right, whatever. 15-4, 94 to 10-7, 6. I actually watched this with Liam. Me and Liam watched this game together at the Sporting Globe. Thanks to the Sporting Globe, they are star over there. Food is fantastic. We had a great time, and Liam actually got to experience the Jumper Punch crew watching a game of footy together. And is it a unique experience, Liam? Can I just say that?
Do you know what? It was funny because I actually thought you guys were doing pretty all right for a lot in that game, but no confidence from you lot. You're like, oh yeah, that's typical. We're gonna lose it from here. I was like, you've
were we right
all the time. You're doing well. Nah, not gonna win. Going away.
Were we right?
You were right. Everybody's rules.
We're honest, mate. Like we've seen this over and over again.
Oh, but mate, I don't know if I was ahead. I'd be getting carried away. I'd be like, yeah, lock it in. Another win in the books. You guys ahead? Nah.
There's no need to, man. You got to be honest where you're at. I've seen this before. We knew that they were going to come back. At the end of the day, we kicked 2 goals after half time. Let's be serious, right? But if we just talk about up to the halftime, it was one of the first times I've seen so much tackling and pressure was at the highest level from Carlton, and a lot of it came from the young kids. So we've got a bunch of young kids that I'm really, really, really happy with to bring us, like Marco was saying, to bring us into the future. But at the end of the day, it was the same result. You play well, you get overrun. We knew that soon as if they got in front, we were done. I knew that, all right, and exactly what happened. Some of the young kids have done well. Like I like Cooper Lord, Hollands keeps impressing us, you know what I mean? Moya had a slow game, he wasn't the best. Really, and then Hewitt and Cripps were probably our 2 best, so they kind of stood up. Probably Cripps' best game for the year. We ended up with 36 possessions. He done well, he really tried his heart out, but TDK, no good. Harry Mackay, 10 tackles. What are you doing? why are you doing 10 tackles? You should be kicking 10 goals, not 10 tackles. You know, it's just all over the place, our team, you know. So was it good? Yeah, was I happy for half? Yeah, they did okay. But you know what? The narrative after that by Voss and all, everyone was, oh, you know, their endeavour, they tried. It was a better performance. Is that where we're at? Better performance? Is that what I want to hear? You know, like tackling their thing, you know. To me, that's a non-negotiable. That should be done every week, every quarter, every game, right? I don't want to hear you say, oh, that was a better effort. What are we? What are we? North Melbourne, West Coast, that was a better effort. Like, it's a disgrace. It was a disgrace. I didn't like what come out of Voss's mouth after the game. He didn't say that, oh, look, we were in a position to win. Like, he said, oh, at the end of it, you know, like a couple of goals was too much and they over. What are you talking about? Other teams have come back from last week. St Kilda come back from 44 points at quarter time. The Suns came back. Adelaide came back. Everyone comes back. What are you worried about? Like, we are, and then the maturity got, you know, was, you know, because of Fremantle's maturity, that's what got them over the line. In actual fact, we showed it last night. The numbers of Carlton, we were more mature than them last night, the other night. So that doesn't care. And then you put yourself in a position where we were 5 goals up at halftime. Yeah. What do you mean? You should win it from there, not lose it. The narrative that's coming out is starting to give me the fucking shit, right? I know you, Marco, always thinking the positives and that. You're trying to bring out that energy. I don't want to hear that energy. Just do the right thing, man. This sort of attitude from Carl, oh, you know, that was I don't want to hear it. It was bullshit. Yeah, there were some good performances. So what? So what? What did it achieve at the end? Did we get the 4 points? Did we win the game? No, it means nothing to me. The whole thing, some kids. The only thing I like to say is Harry O'Farrell kicked his first goal and then did an ACL. So, poor kid, I feel bad for him. He's had 6 games. The kid is a good player, was showing a lot. He won't be back till 27 now, but he's going to miss out all of next year. And he's missing out 12 months, man. So he might get back at the end of the next year, but who knows? So in the draft of this year, both our draft picks, O'Farrell and Zagger Smith, both did ACLs this year. One at the start and one at the end. Yeah. It's sad. It's sad for anyone to do an ACL, but a young kid must be devastating. You know, like a young kid to just do it and miss out 12 months would be devastating. So I feel really bad for that kid, you know. Like, it was really, when that happened, it just put a damper on the whole thing, man. Like, seeing this young kid going down, you know. But apart from that, yeah, it is what it is, man. Whatever. We're just playing out the season. It doesn't mean nothing to us, yeah. Look, you know, the game changed when O'Farrell came off. I don't really think so, man. I just think that, yeah, we just weren't good enough, man. Exactly. Carl says it right. We had enough of the ball to win it twice. It was like a Ferrari. We drove into a tree. Exactly right, man. We were killing them. Why don't we continue on? Because we haven't got that winning mentality. We haven't got that killer mentality. And that's what you need, mate. You need killer. No matter where you are, no matter how far you are down, mate, you should always go out there trying to win the game. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
The Dockers, to be fair,
a good side.
The Dockers are they are a good side, and they'll be one of the sides that will.
I understand, but you're 5 goals in front, Manny. Yeah. Over there, you've kept the crowd quiet. You're 5 goals. You're playing some really good football, even though they were young kids. Don't give me any excuses. You got there, right? Yeah. Don't give me excuses. Yes, they're a good side. I agree they're a good side, but mate, you're in front. Not at the start. You're in front at half time. And then we kicked 2 goals to 11 in the second half, bro. Come on.
That's confusion. That's confusion, mate.
That says everything.
At least go down by, you know, a goal or 2, mate, you know?
Yeah.
But by that amount, it's just, you know, hard to comprehend.
I don't care who you are. Your mentality should be, I know I'm hard, right? Like, you might go, what's wrong? Well, you're always negative. What do you want me to do? You want me to be happy about a 5-goal loss? What? Because we played half a game of footy?
All right. Well, here's a question for you, Rocco.
I'll answer.
I know that we've been talking a lot about Voss, whether he survives or not, and I know that you've made your point very, very clear that you don't want him there.
No.
But let's say he does survive. We're from there.
What do you mean we're from there? What's the question?
Well, the question is, you're still going to have Voss, and you're still going to have these struggling to try and get these players, because at the moment they're saying that players are playing for him, but
you do things around it. I mean, you change the system. If he still stays, if they decide that he's got to stay, you change some assistants around him. You know what I mean? And then you get some new board members and that who've got some different. Not board member, footy director, and that where we can change some ideas about where we should be playing. I mean, if he needs help, you put some help around him, come up with a good game plan, and then we need to we've got to dismantle that list. I don't like it anymore. I don't like it. I think some players have to go. It's like a bit of a rebuild.
So, Rocco, you're rebuilding.
Just a few changes. I mean, I would get rid of some of those players who don't want to be there, even if it's Kerno, even if.
Who are the players that you will get rid of?
One is TTK's got to go, and I think one of the big boys has to go. And yeah, so that's a start. With that, we'll get some
big players there, mate. Big names, big players.
Doesn't matter. I don't care. I don't care, Mark. I don't care.
Yeah. I'm with you, but I'm just saying.
I think they got to be, because they got bad attitudes. They might be good players with bad attitudes, and that's no good for a footy club, Mark. Right?
Yeah.
We need some. Yeah. What's that? And then with a new coach, maybe does he want to keep them and then he works on a different game plan? Maybe. I don't know. That's up to him. But that's why I want the move to be done quickly so we can start working on next year. This year's done. You know what I mean? And then, you want the players do they want to be there? Does the coach want them there? What game plan does he want? All right, so we get a new game plan. I don't think our game plan works, right? So we get a new game plan, right? And just say the new game plan is we want speed and we want that. Well, let's start building that.
Target
and how do you start building it? Before the draft, not when it's too late. We've got to start getting someone in there and go, right, this is what we're doing. This is what I need. We need this, and this to suit my game plan. Does that game plan work? I don't know. But you've got to give it to the coach and let him do what he's got to do, right? At the moment, I don't think it's right. I don't think Voss has got it, right? I want the change. And if it means get rid of players who are toxic, right? The supporters aren't toxic. It's the players that are toxic in that club, right? If it means they got to go, you go. Sorry, I don't care who you are. It really means nothing. All of them. Every single one is on the table for trade. Except for
Cripps.
And
Cripps.
Even Cripps.
No.
Even Cripps.
Come on.
Don't give me come on. What would you know about our club? Every single player. If Cripps means if he goes back to West Coast and we can get a player and a pick for him because he's 32 years old, whatever he is, mate, probably best for him and probably best for us. Why can't the captain go?
Hey, they have to do this, mate. They got to get rid of whoever they get rid of, mate, because
no, that's fair enough.
It's going to change now, mate. You guys have to make a statement.
I'm not having a go about you. Look, but that's fair enough. If that's how you feel, it's gonna be more beneficial for you.
To tell you the truth, that's how it's got to be. It's got to be like that.
It has to.
Why not Cripps? Tell me why not Cripps.
Well, because he's a captain, isn't he?
I don't want him to go. I love our captain. I love him, right? I really do. He's the heart and soul of the club, right? But if the right deal comes along, you'll be stupid not to take it. How many teams have got rid of West Coast? Got rid of Judd. You know what I mean? Like if the deal comes along, you've got to take it, mate.
Yeah.
Carlton got rid of Kennedy.
Hey?
Carlton got rid of Kennedy. Didn't he go to West Coast?
Hey, listen, we got rid of 1979 in 1979 after the last captain coach of Alex Jezelenko won the 79 premiership as the captain coach, left and went to St Kilda. Right? And we survived. Melbourne, Brom Barassi, probably not only the greatest Melbourne player, one of the greatest captain coaches of history, left Melbourne to come to Carlton to play for him. Remember, he played 50 games for Carlton before. So if they can leave, mate, well, what are we doing here? Like, you got to forget about this loyalty, this name, Silvani, Kerner. I don't care. I really don't. Huh? Dano's the same. Yeah. Of course, he's the same. Like, you haven't been gone, you're still shit. But the problem is, like, once he wanted to go, won a flag. And he went and won a flag. That's exactly right. What are you going to do? You're going to cry about it. Move on. Go. Off you go.
I think no regrets. I think no regrets on.
Oh, here he is. No regrets. Hey. Where have you been? No regrets.
At the Pies, see? At the Pies.
Yeah, hey, where are you? Don't go start picking on these people. No regrets. Nice. We won't lose the game for the rest of the year, mate. What happened to that? Oh, we're going to win by 60 points here and there. What happened? You're lucky to make the top 4. No regrets. You're happy. You'll be lucky to make the top 4 now. You were scoreless for a half of football against the Suns, mate. You barely beat Richmond. You barely beat, you haven't been there. You have disappeared. You haven't been there. You haven't been. You were coming on. You were coming on the video. I'm telling you, use a sliding. We're shit, man. You can say whatever you want about us. We're shit. We're no good. But what about you guys? You're just sliding faster than a slider wet and wild. That's how far. You know the slip and slides when we were kids, and you used to put the soap with the thing and you used to slide down the. That's what you blokes are. You're useless, no regrets. Put me on. I'll put you on. What do you think? I'm scared of you. Put me on. You probably couldn't even name half your side, bro. I'll put the link up. Don't you worry, bro. And then we'll see. You've been nowhere, mate. You've been nowhere. You've disappeared like you did last year. Don't get me started, bro. Do not get me started. Before we go, I can't forget this because Peter Bluebagger is a star, man. And we love this, don't we, Manny?
Absolutely fantastic. He's absolutely brilliant. I look forward to this every week, every single week. I really do.
And you know what? Every week he's a Carlton supporter, and he gives it to Carlton more than anyone. Look at this, man. We've got a few here. Carlton, just another loss.
It's
time to go. It's time to go. We got Essendon there. Marco looking also, but I can't read that bloody close. You read them there, Manny, if you can. Read some of them.
Now I don't know where it says we'll never lose again. Flag Pies 25. Is that no regret in the background there?
No regret.
I think it might be, mate.
It looks like
that's no regret in the back. Look at this. He's
that's a cute photo. That's a cute photo of Magpie Manny meltdown. But Peter, you should have added my little goatee. This is my little signature here. I've had this for nearly 14 years. My little signature. I like that. Devouring pies at the G. Yep, I like that. Devouring pies at the G.
He made me look like I'm about 60, 70 years old here. What's going on, Peter? I don't like that. I look a bit old there, mate. Like, get it right. What about Liam here? Just another thumping. 3 weeks to go. Look at you, mate.
What? But there's potential for 3 wins, boys.
You know what? That's a good picture of you, Liam.
It is.
I'm looking better each week, mate.
It looks a bit like you, mate. Yeah, definitely. But well done, Pete. You really bring some entertainment to the show, matey. It's brilliant graphics, and good to see that you made Rocco look like he really does look like because he's a bit up himself.
Like do I look like that? If I look like that, I'm giving up. I can't possibly look like that, can I?
No. Oh no, you don't look like that. I mean, look, you've got he's got the bit where you're you got that shine reflecting off your cranium. Yeah, mate, you've got that. So, yeah, but what I call it, a solar panel for a sex machine. That's what they reckon it is.
I reckon I'm still a good-looking bloke, buddy.
Yeah, you are. You know what, Rocco? You are. You're a good-looking bloke, mate. You're a good-looking bloke.
Thanks, mate. I appreciate it. And while we got you there, Manny.
All right. Well, it's a bit sad to see that the hot pies are not sitting on top. You know, it was one of our main features for the year, but sliding pies. Our percentage is still good there, but geez, the Crows are looking hot, and the Lions and Geelong. Look, right now when you look at that there, you could seriously say Adelaide, Brisbane, Geelong, and Fremantle are hot. Gold Coast, you know, they're up and down. Hawthorn, same thing. GWS, I think, is out of the show, but you know, I still believe that the Western Bulldogs are going to scrape in. I really believe the Bulldogs are scrape in, and of course, it's going to be the battle of who beats who, and will Carlton finish on top of Essendon and Richmond? Well, it'll at the moment, I think Richmond might be the big surprise, and all of a sudden finish on top of Essendon and Carlton. Right? Liam would love that. He would absolutely love that. That'll make that'll make his season. And you know what, Liam? If that does happen, I'm going to get you a signed poster of Mr. Cox. And you can stick it up.
I know what Liam's going to do. I know what Liam's going to do with Mr. Cox just quietly. I know exactly where he's going to put that poster.
Behind toilet.
So what we're going to do is, before we get into next week's games and do the tips, we'll put out the link. If anyone wants to jump on, we'll give you a quick
no regrets is coming in, mate.
5 minutes on there, and you can get on there, and we can get on there, and you can ask us a question. You can say whatever you want, really. You know me, man. I put myself out there every single day, man, and that's while we're there and we're waiting, just remember, guys, hey, no regrets, mate. How about you buy yourself a ticket to here and come and see us, man, and say hello. And don't say it's a Carlton thing, because Manny will be there, Mark will be there, Liam will be there. So don't wuss out. Make sure you get them. It's going to be a great night, as you've been before, Marco and Manny. It is a good night, isn't it, man? And the fans and our viewers are great people, man. And we had a great time last time you were there. But this is TJP Live 4, featuring Scotland, Pearce, and FEVOLA. So make sure, guys, get your tickets. The link is below. Make sure you get your tickets. The link is below. The link is below. What do we got here? Oh, here we go. Yeah. I want to see. Where is he? He's going to show up.
Got it in.
There you go. Put your hoodie on. Why don't you put some glasses on too, mate, and hide like you normally do, mate? You won't be on
this. What's this blah blah, Rocco? What is it? What's going on? Can't hear you from the bottom.
I haven't seen you for weeks.
I've been here.
Yeah.
I was here when Colwood smashed Carlton. I didn't even bother coming up. It's waste of my time.
4 weeks. Were you here when the Gold Coast
kept my time, Rocco?
Were you there? Were you here when Gold Coast made you look like a little girl?
Yeah, I was there too.
No, you weren't. You're not.
Yeah, I was there when we smacked Carlton like easy peasy.
Yeah, all right. And you smacked Carlton, and now you're on the slide.
Yeah, and everybody's leaving Carlton. How shit are they? Freaking out how good they are.
I don't know why you keep saying it. I'm admitting it. I'm admitting it. So by you continue saying it,
I just want to say it again
well,
so you can know.
About your sliding magpies, right?
Okay, let's talk about him. What is it to talk about?
3 out of your last 4. Do you remember the
Rocco.
3 that you?
Rocco, what is it to talk about?
Remember your statement. Remember you will not lose a game for the rest of the year. What happened to it?
Well, we lose a couple games.
No. You don't get away with it like
that's all part of the plan.
Don't
worry about it.
I do worry about it because you can't make statements and then try to get away with it. Right?
I'm not getting away with it.
This is my show, and you do not get away with it.
This is not a democratic. Rocco, be quiet. Relax.
For the rest of the year. You will not lose for the rest of the year, and now
we'll
let's allow no regrets.
Rocco, let me talk. Let me talk, Rocco. Let me talk. I know it's your show. This is not a democratic, okay? We can't talk. We can put our opinion. So let me talk.
Zip your mouth. My house.
Zip your mouth. I need to talk. I have to talk about my team.
All right, go talk. But all I want to hear is about your
don't want to show where you can't let people make opinion. Don't be a lefty, okay? So let me talk about my team.
You know what? My house, my rules.
I don't care.
That's what my dad used to say. I don't care. House, my rules.
We got a freedom of speech. So if you want me on, let me talk about my team.
My dad never gave me freedom of speech. Never gave me.
This is not Rocco. This is not the Spanish Rocco. You need to know. This is the 25 now, Rocco. This is not the 5 years. Yeah. This is not the glory days of Carlton, Rocco. Stop whinging. Let me talk about my team.
Right. I no regret. What do you think, on a serious note, do you think that the last 4 games, we've just beaten Richmond?
Okay. Last time I said when we're not losing in any game, I was confident that time because our team everybody was playing. And then when we start playing Frio, we lose 3 of our back lines, we lose 3 of our backmen, and then we start Rocco, can I talk, Rocco? Stop acting like a child.
I don't want to hear
so after that, we went down, but for now, Billy, how our back's back, we'll be back to the point where we win 8 straight. We win 8 straight with a full back when we were once defense team. So that's
how do you think we're going to go against Hawthorn?
You're making excuses.
We'll start winning against Hawthorn. And this one, hey, Rocco, clip it here, I'll be back. We win these 3 games left. And we'll see.
What I'm going to clip is the other one. You don't tell me what to clip, right?
I don't care, Rocco. I don't care.
I know you don't care because
I no regrets. What do you think? Where do you think we're going to beat Hawthorn?
Where you think we're going to beat Hawthorn? Hawthorn, their midfield is not that good. Their forward is just too tall and really slow. Their smalls are not really.
You even watch it?
They bring 4 calls against Adelaide.
Was one of the quickest sides going out there. Their middle and contested work is almost second to none outside of Adelaide. What are you talking about?
So is it fair to say, what do you reckon? Collingwood
by 56 points last time, so just calm down, I'm talking about my team.
Keep saying about Carlton, I don't care. We're talking about your shit side in the last 4 weeks.
I know.
We're in the end of the season.
Rocco, you don't learn anything.
So what do you reckon the game will end up?
What is it?
So you reckon Hawthorn's going to win? We're going to beat Hawthorn by how many points?
5 goals.
5 goals. All right.
Yeah, because our back is stable now with How is back, and then Big Billy is back. Premiership Billy is back.
Yep.
So because our couple games before our backs is really unstable and attacking from the back. Well, Dusty Moore, he can't freaking. Dusty Moore is not a lockdown defender. So when Billy is back, he'll let Dusty Moore flow there with how flowing in through the interception, and then we can have Nick running through the back while Jordan. Oh, how good is Jordan DeGuy? In full game, trust me. Everybody forgetting Jordan DeGuy.
Who's DeGuy?
I know what is all this blah blah sliding down. Don't worry about us sliding down. I've seen it in 2023.
I've never heard this.
No regrets. No regrets. We had a bit of a conversation about 7 or 8 weeks ago about maybe Collingwood slipping down. Maybe finish. I suggested finishing.
Yeah,
fifth
Mark
or
said that
sixth.
we might finish outside of the 8.
No, I didn't say outside of the 8. No.
No.
I think of
Said outside of the 4.
But if you
Or
boys-
outside of the 4, yeah. There's
you
two
know,
options. Either finish outside of the 4 or finish top. So there's always two
Yeah.
options.
yeah,
Either
and I think
if we lose,
I think if you
if we
boys-
win, if Pies win 2 and lose 1, Geelong and the others have a really good percentage. So they will jump up, and Collingwood might go down to 5th or something there.
Geelong have got a pretty easy run home. So is Adelaide, Brisbane.
Yeah,
so-
but all these things about easy run home, there's nothing guaranteed, you know. Even
No,
though
it's
there's
not.
easy,
It's
we don't know
not.
end of the rounds. People might be like, easing off. They won't be playing players because there's finals, and then some other teams will just come and just do, I don't know. But when people say it's always they have an easy run, there's no such thing in easy run. In footy, it's
No,
really
it's not.
we don't know what's gonna happen.
And like you guys are playing Melbourne in the last round, and Melbourne.
Nah, even though we play Melbourne, I'm not gonna say it's a guaranteed win.
Correct.
Because
That's what I'm saying.
every team is always coming to show up.
I think
Correct.
you're
So
going
the
to
next
lose
3 games, you can lose those 3 games. Correct.
You
Aye.
won't beat Adelaide. You won't
The next
beat
3 games,
Adelaide.
you could possibly lose.
Okay, this is from not on my opinion only. I don't care about Rocco. Rocco will just enjoy being shit for a long
That's what
time.
he needs to do.
What I'm on these 3 games, Hawks Hawthorn, we can cover Hawthorn. I don't know about what is okay. Explain to me what is it that everybody says Crows. Who have Crows beat them? They beaten everybody at home.
And they're going to be playing you at home.
Yeah, I know, but
It's pretty
we haven't lost it. That is like second
Man,
home.
what are you talking about? Who have they beaten? That's giving disrespect to Adelaide. They're on top of the ladder and they're playing the most exciting football out of any side. What do you mean? Who have they beaten? You don't finish on top of the ladder like at the moment and not beat anyone. Who have you beat?
We beat everyone, even
Who
you guys.
everyone? You didn't beat the
Smash you
Suns.
guys.
You didn't beat
We beat
Fremantle.
Adelaide.
You didn't beat, and you're going to
We
be
beat
playing them
Adelaide.
again. You're going
We
to
beat
play them again.
everyone. Rocco,
last 3
relax. We
weeks,
beat
you lost
everyone. That's why we're there.
You lost against
We win
Fremantle.
everyone. We're in a loss against
you
Geelong.
won
We
everyone.
beat
That's a
Fremantle. We beat Fremantle at Optus.
You
We
haven't
beat
won
Fremantle at
everyone.
Optus. We beat Lions at the Gabba. Relax.
You
Relax.
haven't beaten everyone. I don't have to relax. You haven't
You
beaten
need to
everyone.
relax.
You
That's what
said you
happened
were
when
going to
you
win
you're
every
stressing
single
yourself.
game, and you
You're
haven't.
stressing
You're
yourself.
old side, and you're going to fall apart, and you will disappear.
Yeah,
the way
blah, 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 blah. I've heard this 2023. Yeah. Nothing.
Here we go, back in 2023. I heard this in 2023.
Come on, Rocco. I've heard
Come
this
on,
back.
Listen,
Nothing.
even when I brought on black and white, he was being realistic and honest. You
I'm
come
realistic,
on,
Rocco.
we will beat everyone. Relax, get over
Relax,
it, man.
Rocco.
It's an
We beat
ordinary
everyone.
side.
We've
You're
beaten
not-
everyone. That's why
you're
we're
one
there.
injury away- You're one injury
But you
away
haven't
from
beaten everyone, have you?
Hey?
Thank you very
What is
much
it,
for
Liam?
coming on. Love you, Flag Pies. We've got other people on. I
Yeah,
love you.
thank you. Keep
take
crying.
it
Keep
now.
crying.
Cry, mate. I'm here every week. I'm not crying. I'm here every week. I don't disappear.
See you later,
Like,
Greg.
Shut up.
bye-bye.
What happened there?
That was entertaining, boys.
Wasn't he's
Wow, we.
but now we'll get
Oh,
one of my
no.
favorite, Mick Tucker.
What's happening, boys?
How are you, buddy?
Good. Still optimistic. I look at it this way: we couldn't maintain smashing everyone by 50 points like 11 times in a row. We can never maintain that. We've hit a bit of a lull now. Now, I believe this is because we've increased our training loads, and everyone that we've come up against in the last few weeks is off the charts with their pressure ratings. Like up against Gold Coast, Freo, they did not have like that was their highest pressure ratings for the season. Yeah. So every time we play a team, they come. It's like their grand final. So that added with our increased training loads.
Some of these teams are playing. They're also playing for their finals too. So you can't upsize that are getting ready themselves for finals, you know. And I believe that Collingwood teams are a little bit scared, a little bit less scared of them now. A few of the teams have come back. Few of the teams have really, really, like Gold Coast. They punished you, and then you came back, which was a good comeback. But they came back again, you know. They come back hard again, you know. And this week, Brisbane, you know, like you come at them, but they come back again. Usually, you would win those games.
Yeah, I agree. But as I said, I was expecting a form slump right about this time. I wasn't expecting to go unbeaten for the whole season. And look, come finals time, it can turn. Look, no one was at this time last year. I don't think anyone was saying Brisbane's going to win the flag. And it's happened in years gone by as well. At round 22, the team that's on top and firing never doesn't often win it, yeah. And I know that when we're on, mate. And if we've upped the training loads, if we come into the finals fresh, home or away, I'll be optimistic that our boys can get the job done. But having said that, it just looks like all the teams that are up there this year, they just look like they're up and firing, which is it's much more competitive, I reckon, this year than it was last year. There's like I can't pick a premiership winner out of the top, say, 5 or 6. I wouldn't be able to pick one. Like everyone's up and firing.
I agree.
And it looks good on
yeah, it's good. There's 4 or 5 sides there that's starting to look like they can all win it, and they look like they can win in Melbourne too. Fremantle, Adelaide, they look like they're winning games in Melbourne. So, have you got a question for them, Marco?
Yeah, you know, Mick, you know, when you refer to when we're on. You know, it's a cliche again with every team. When we're on, we can beat any team in the comp. Collingwood needs to be on, mate. That's all there is. A very simple equation. Collingwood need to be on. If they're not on, they'll go out straight sets, mate. I'm telling you, because they're an older side. The competition is longer and longer every year. And look, you need to be on, mate. You have to be on, because it's going to be very disappointing if I see Collingwood by the end of the year going out straight sets. Manny and Mick, I'll tell you right now, mate, I'd love it to happen, but it'd be very, very hard to come back from that, mate. So you guys need to be on, regardless.
Why would it be disappointing? I mean, 2 years ago we won the flag. This year we've had a good season. Why would it be disappointing?
This is exactly what happened to Melbourne, man.
Why would it be disappointing?
It would be, forget about why you keep bringing it up 2 years ago. We're talking about this.
But you're saying it's going to be disappointing. It
will be very disappointing.
It's disappointing for any team. It's disappointing for any team that is playing finals football or is intending to play finals football. Now, right now, yeah, sure. We're sort of where we should be peaking. The others are peaking. We're not taking that away from the fact that, you know, we're not where we should be. But
you need to be peaking now.
If we beat Hawthorn this week, if we beat Hawthorn tomorrow, right? Okay. And I can tell you, everything all of a sudden will change. Yeah.
Okay. But what if you don't beat Hawthorn? What if you don't beat Hawthorn, mate? What happens then?
Well, we can talk about that next week.
Right. exactly
You know,
right.
because
So,
we might go up in Adelaide, and our record against Adelaide is amazing. Yeah, we're one of the clubs that travel so well. You know, we might go up there, we might smash Adelaide. I'm not saying we will, but sometimes, you know, Adelaide might have a bad game, and we might all of a sudden, you know, hit our strides, and all of a sudden we're peaking. So you can't, you just don't know.
Your form is not
Just
telling you
don't
this
know.
at the moment. Like Vic was saying, you know, every
Well,
week.
it doesn't really matter because we go back 2 years ago. We were in the same. Actually, we were in the worst predicament because we had one of our superstars that was injured. We didn't know whether he was going to be coming back. It's you know, it just doesn't. You know, a week is a long time. A week is a very long time. So you just don't know, and you can't take anything away from Brisbane because Brisbane is a good side. Yeah, and they proved that. They've proved they're a good side.
I know Brisbane are a good side, and they won a premiership last year, right?
Yeah,
so they're reigning premiers. But remember that all of yous were saying you're going to beat Brisbane by 4 or 5 goals. All of yous. Brisbane coming to Melbourne, they're at the MCG, they're not travelling as good. All of you. And the week before, Brisbane I'm pretty sure they got smashed the week before, didn't they?
The Gold Coast, wasn't it? Or GWS? Or...
Yeah, they got smashed. Anyway.
It's a topsy-turvy year. You know, it's at the moment it's open for a lot of teams. But if you're looking at in reality is the Crows are peaking at their best. Geelong is looking really, really good. GWS, they're hot and cold. Gold Coast, they're hot and cold. And the Dockers at the moment are looking good. And Brisbane's one of those teams that, you know, it can do what it did against Collingwood, and then, you know, come next week they might get done. You just don't know. But right now, the reality is we need to play good footy. We need to beat Hawthorn. If we're not, listen, reality is this: if we're not good enough to beat Hawthorn, we're not good enough to beat Adelaide, right? The reality is that, you know what, we peaked too early, and right now we're going to be playing finals football. But how well are we going to be? How well we're going to go? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. But do I want us to be? Do I want us to be peaking at the right time? Of course I do. But you just don't know.
And before we go on, no regrets. Come on, mate. You reckon? You know why I tell you to get off your show? Because I ask you a simple question and you can't answer it. And you talk your rubbish. And I do it to everyone. Do I say to Mick that I'm going to take him off? Do I say it to Andreas I'm going to take him off? Right? Because if you're going to come on and you're going to not answer and talk rubbish, I asked you a simple question and you couldn't answer it. So relax, bro. And don't say I can't take banter. I've been doing this for 5 years, bro. Relax, mate. Any questions, Liam, for Mick? Sucker.
No, I'd just like to know his prediction for the game tomorrow.
Yes, that's a good
I reckon.
Yeah.
Yep. I reckon we'll win by about 20 points, and we've got our first, like our best defensive line in for only the second time this year, with Frampton, Jeremy Howe, and Darcy Moore all there. Look, I'm not saying it's going to be easy, and I wouldn't be surprised if they beat us. We've got side bottoms 350th. Hopefully the boys can get up for that. And yeah, just a quick one before I go, Rocco, if you don't mind.
Of course,
I've got myself into the YouTube game with my own channel. I don't even know what I'm fucking doing. Yeah, another one. I don't even know what I'm doing, to be honest. I'm going to do a stream later on.
All right. So tell us, we're happy because we think you're one of the great TJP callers, right? And you are very, very well spoken in that. What's your show about? What's it called? And tell us what we're looking for.
It's called the Magpie Army Chronicles, and I'm doing something. I'm just going to be doing for the moment, just live streams. I've only done one after the Brisbane game last week. And people come on the StreamYard and we just talk shit and get ourselves pumped up for the games. And
Are you doing it before or during or after? What are you doing?
Sorry, what was that?
Are you doing the streams before, during, after? What's the stream about?
Look, whenever, man. Like, I'm going to do one later tonight. And, like, I work night shift, so I'm a bit of a night owl. So, look, I don't expect many people to be listening in, but I don't give a shit. It's just fun talking. I don't care if it's, like, 3 people. And, like, what I plan to do is I'll probably do some videos and I'll just focus it on, like, historical aspects because I'm a big history buff when it comes to Collingwood and footy as a whole. But look, the show is based on Collingwood, but I might do some other stuff just on the whole of the AFL. But I'm pretty hopeless with the tech, so just bear with me.
No, all good, man.
Army Chronicles.
Yep, get on there if you're a Pie supporter or any supporter and support the bloke, man. Good on you. Good on you, man. It takes, trust me, it takes some balls to get on and do something and then put yourself out there and do stuff, man. So anyone that does that sort of stuff, man, I'm all supportive of.
And also be prepared, Mick, that you're going to get a lot of keyboard warriors.
Oh, always.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I'm ready.
You got to take it. And another thing, Mick, you got to take it. And you know what? You got to give it back, mate. Don't let anyone stand over you, mate. I don't care who it is, man. But no, good stuff, Mick. Good stuff. We do appreciate you coming on, man, and a bit of a like level-headed Collingwood talk, because I've got Manny who doesn't know what he's talking about, and then I get other people's in the chat.
No idea.
If I was smoking one of these, I'd change, yeah? So lucky.
Well, someone asked, Rocco Morto asked, he said, can we light up a dart on your channel, Mick?
No worries, mate. No worries.
I'll light one up, mate. I'm always going for a dart, Mick, so light one up and I'll come on.
Yeah, no, well done, mate. Everyone get on, and yeah, win or lose, we'll see you next week.
Oh.
No worries. Catch you later, boys.
See you, mate.
See you, Mick.
All right, we got one of our fan channel. I'm telling you, this bloke's the next superstar of the Jumper Punch. Here he is, Bocek. Look at him, and he's wearing the TJP cap. Look at him go, mate. He's looking
absolutely, mate.
I'm talking about.
So how we going, mate? What's on your mind?
What's happening? Hey, you know what I can't understand? Right?
Tell me.
I'm going to go off on a tangent here.
I love it.
First of all, Marco, welcome back. You're a legend, right?
Yes.
Yes, mate.
I can't understand why people come onto this channel trying to rile us up when we are the most pessimistic people when it comes to Carlton, right? If we're shit, we admit it. Yet people still come up here trying to get us to, I don't know what they're trying to do. You know, they're sitting here trying to rile us up and, oh, you're crap. Yet we know we're crap. We've known we're crap since 1996, the season after bloody winning actually, we'll say from the year 2000.
Yeah.
Right? But you come on here, that guy sounded like he just got out of kindergarten. I'm sorry. Like, what on earth was that? What am I listening to? Secondhand AIDS. This is just. I don't understand what people are trying to do. I don't get it.
I agree with you, man.
You come into the wrong. Hey, this is a message for anyone, right? You come into the wrong bloody place if you're trying to get us worked up about being shit.
I agree, man. This TJP is the most honest, and look, Liam saw it firsthand at the game, mate. We're honest, man. We are realistic about where we are, where we're going, and we want the best for our side. But we will not sugarcoat anything, mate.
Correct,
mate. I'm telling you,
you
man.
know what, Matt
Yeah.
Oh,
Not
sorry,
really-
go on, Mark.
This is forever rivals too, mate. So we do sometimes banter, and we need to bag Carlton too. I know it's a jumper punch, but you know this show was all about bantering and giving each other a bit of shit and moving forward.
Of course.
It's you know, and obviously Flag Pie's there. He's been you know with us for the last couple of years, and obviously he's got his own opinions and so forth. But you know, we keep banter going. We have to keep a bit of, you know, I used to bag Rocco like there was no tomorrow at one stage, you know what I mean? So I want to keep on giving it to the Carlton supporters as much as I can, and the Richmond supporters, and the Collingwood supporters, because that's what we're here for at the Forever Rival. We need to,
no, Marco, I get that.
Yeah.
I totally get that, and that's what it's all about, right? We need to have banter, otherwise it'll be just too nice. And Carlton
Correct.
knows all about nice. Right,
Yeah.
so you know, it definitely it makes sense, but I'm talking more about the people that seriously try to get under our skin. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just so annoying. Like if and I'm not including Manny in this, and even you know Black and White United and all the rest of it. They've actually got brains on them. They can have a civil conversation, right? But there are some Collingwood supporters. And actually, I'm going to go more than some, that in order for them to admit that they're crap, like I said in the comments, they would have to go and splash themselves with holy water afterwards. That's how much of a sin that would be to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And yet we sit here and we can just go, yeah, we're shit. I'm going to go to work tomorrow depressed as hell, right?
Yeah. Every week.
I have called it. We are not winning a flag for minimum 10 years, and I'm okay with it. Rocco hates that. I said, no, wait. I said 20 years last time. Rocco nearly put me in the ground.
No, it can't be. It's not 10 years, man. I know what you're saying. It's not 10 years, but it won't be for a few years the way we're going for sure, man. Listen, since 23, we've gone downhill, man. We've gone downhill real fast, you know, and we need to do something. I believe that change can happen quickly. And I'm not talking next year. I'm talking, you know, it can happen quickly, you know, but the right things, the right moves have to be done. And this is why I want things done today.
Yeah, fact of the matter is, I mean, most people would have seen the news, but I'm guessing we'll save that conversation for a different show. But
yes,
fact of the matter is that, yes, things can change quickly. But I have a question for everybody before I go, because I'll allow someone else to come on, right? Everyone on the panel right now.
You're the last one before we move into the tips, so you can talk as much as you want.
Fuck, do I go jump on the computer or what? All right. How long? This is for a question for everybody, and chat can bloody answer it as well. How long do you, and be realistic, how long do you think it will be? Not obviously, we don't know what is going to happen with Graham Wright. We don't know who's coming and going and all the rest of it. But if you're to take a punt, right? How long do you think it'll be until we play finals?
Carlton?
Not a flag,
finals. I reckon 3 years.
Finals, 3 years. Yeah.
4.
4 years.
Oh, that's harsh, boys. Honestly.
Hey, even 3 years.
But in the fourth season, they'll play finals.
Play finals. Carlton play finals. Or playing a premiership.
No, not a flag. Not a flag. Just play finals.
Mate, if you guys have got the right bloke on the job, with the right coach and the right players, you guys should be making finals. Look, I'm sorry to say, you guys are. Look, come on, Rocco. Come on. If you've got the players there, mate, you have the players there.
Look at the reality. Look at the reality of the moment. Okay, look at the reality. You know, you can sit there and say whatever you like, you know, and it's okay to say whatever you like, but you got Adelaide, you got Brisbane, you got Geelong. You got Fremantle, you got Gold Coast, Hawthorn, and GWS. There's 6 teams that at the moment they've already set themselves up, and they look like they're going to be set for the next couple of years, right?
No,
quite easy. The only ones that can say that one up on the door is maybe the Western Bulldogs next year, right? Maybe, right? But everybody else at the moment, it's a bit tough. Maybe in 2 years' time, but not next year. No way.
Okay. Well, I believe with the right man behind him, I think Carlton, with the list that they've got, personally, I want I'm really surprised I didn't make the finals this year with the list that they had. Oh, shit, yeah, mate. Honestly, yeah, of course. Well, they made the finals, right?
Yeah, but we scraped in last year and we were relying on other people's results.
Yeah.
Well, in some ways, yes, but it's your own destiny now. So I believe with the crew that you guys have got and the right coach, if he stays on board, which I reckon he should stay on board, I reckon Carlton will be the surprise packet and they will make the finals next year.
Fucking hell, where does this come from? Marco just jumping out of the plane.
Hey, Marco, I consider myself a little bit spiritual, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I do palm readings from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to do one now?
We can do one now. You want?
All you have to do, I'm serious. All you have to do is this little section of your middle finger. If you line it up with this section here and go, let's say 2 centimeters to the left, you'll find out, right? So if I'm thinking about Carlton right now, I go from here to here. Says we're shit. Yeah? Very easy.
That Palm would have been Mrs. Palmer and her 5 kids.
I've been married to her for 7 years. Don't stress. I'm telling you, man, I don't see anything coming to this club for a flag minimum 10, maybe 5 years finals.
I'm going to be serious. If things go right, I think we could play finals in 2 or 3 years, and that's not saying anything.
Yeah.
And then, and look, and then in those 2 or 3 years, far out. I want to. I don't know. I've got to see something, man. Like at the moment, like it runs deep through the Blues. It's not even just players. It's attitude. It's endeavor. It's all of that. That's missing. It's CUNT. None of that in there. We have none of that. So it's all of that, you know. So,
well, jokes aside, we have no idea what's about to happen. You know, it could
we don't even know.
Really positive.
We don't even know what's going to happen with our players. We're in a shambles right at the moment. You know what I mean? And it's 100%. If everything is done right, maybe we can make our way up. And within a couple of years, you know, you get the right players, Bo. You know, like you get rid of a couple and get the right players. We've got some good young kids. We've got some kids coming in.
Yeah.
You get a couple of premiership players in there, and you get a couple. You never know, you know what I mean. But again, I'm living on hope here.
Yeah, I'm somewhat taking the piss just for a laugh, but somewhat serious, right? I 100% feel that we are 10 years away from a flag, but I also think that it's probably going to take us about, I would say, 2 years to get whatever the hell Graham Wright has planned correct, and then for it to be in action.
True.
Wow,
that's what I think.
Wow,
it's a bloody long time, I know, but it's just a gut feeling, man. I don't know any different to the next one. So it is what it is. But all right, I'm gonna let you guys go. I'll leave you with a little piece of advice. All right, there is no way that wine is better than Pepsi.
Oh, that's rubbish, man. I've had a few good wines, but before you go, Saturday night, the watch along with Bo. He's been doing great things, man. So you watch the comment, you can join in. He answers all your questions. The other thing is, and after that, we've got the emergency meeting. You want to talk about real Carlton supporters? Watch the emergency meeting and tell us if we're not real about our club, man. The other thing I want to say is make sure you get along to Remix Mania. Make sure you get down there. If you love wrestling or you just love to have a good time, you're going to go down to Remix Mania. It's on the 29th. It's 577 Little Burke Street. What's the venue called?
It's called La Di Da.
La Di Da. La Di Da.
La da di di, la da di da, da da di da, da da da.
And actually, I will say one more thing just before I jump off. The Jumper Punch has just put up a new reel.
Yes.
And it is an informative video about potential sponsors for next season.
Oh, I've seen this, and
it's educational. It's educational.
man. Get onto the jumper punch. Mars has collaborated, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. It's an educational video.
It's fantastic.
Very well thought out, and just some options for next season to really, boost the back end of the club.
I love it. Hey, Bocek is doing some great things, and you're going to see a lot more of Bocek. I'm telling you, he's a star of the jumper punch. And yeah, as I said, catch there. Make sure you get your tickets to Remix Mania. If you get your ticket and you come and you where'd he go? He disappeared. And you come along to TJP, you will get a free drink. So how's that go? He is a star. All right, he is a star. All right, that's been good. It's been very fiery. We're going to get into next week or what? Are we ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Here we go. Tomorrow night.
There you go. Absolutely. The big game. We have spoken about it a lot already. Hawthorn versus Collingwood at the MCG. Teams are out, but it doesn't matter. I have a feeling we've spoken about it. Collingwood are on the slide. It's confirmed. Hawthorn, they really do need a win. I'm tipping them by 11 points. The Hawthorn.
Oh, I reckon it will be a good game. They need
this win. We haven't given them enough. They need the win.
They played well against Adelaide, man. I mean, Adelaide only at one stage they were 6-0, and then when Adelaide came back, Hawthorn came back again, and then they come back again.
They need this win, otherwise they might miss finals.
Exactly.
It is a bigger Hawthorn than it is Collingwood, and they're going to win.
Well, I can't be debating no regrets for like half an hour and then pick Collingwood, can I? Hawthorn all the way. Marco?
Yeah. Manny, sorry, mate. Next week I'm going to bring out the big fucking Vaseline there. Nigga, what mental I'm full of, mate. I'm going to give you that one next It's going to be on the slide now, mate. On the slide. It's going to be the Hawks by 5 points, mate.
Oh, that'll be a tough one. 5 points, man. That's going to be tough. And Manny?
Well, look, I'm going to go with what the bookies are showing at the moment, and they got Collingwood as the favourite to beat Hawthorn. So I'm going to Magpies for me.
Yeah, of course. So I've already put you down as the Magpies. So, yep, no worries. I expect nothing less or more from you, to tell you the truth, Manny.
Good. Thank you, sir.
And as I said, what happened to our thing? Why did it get removed? That's weird. Oh, for some reason, can I just try something? When I put that, why does it do that for? All right, that's weird. When I put up things, it's never done that before. I never put up comments and the whole thing disappears. But anyway, next game.
Next game, here it is, mate. Friday night, back down in Geelong. They are playing some good football, and they're coming up against the mighty Essendon. So
where's it at?
To lose by 10 goals.
Where is it at? I can't read it. Is it in Geelong or is that the G?
It's in Geelong, and Geelong will win.
Geelong will win by about, I reckon Cameron's going to kick 9, and they'll win by about 89 points.
Come on, boys.
All right. Just my opinion. Before we get to Marco, Manny?
Look, I think this might be an opportunity for the Bombers to maybe say to themselves, you know what, we've got 3 more games to go. Maybe let's see if we can do something. And they're paying $21 to win, with Geelong paying $1.01. So it's fair to say that if you're going to back the Bombers on this one, you must be mentally disturbed. I reckon I'm like you, Rocco. I reckon that Geelong will win by at least. Actually, you know what? I reckon it'll be at least 80 points by halftime.
Whoa. Wow. All right, Marco, it's up to you, Marco. It's up to you.
Wow. Just put $10 on it, mate. Put $10 on for a win, mate. Just what's that? $20, $2,000 or $200. I haven't got the figures.
What would Essendon pay? What's Essendon paying?
$21. I searched it up.
$21.
20
That's
bucks,
crazy.
you get a clean $210 in your hand. That's a good bet, actually.
It's not bad, is
But
it?
it's a quick way. That'll be a quick way to lose $10.
Yeah.
You know, we lose $10 going for a walk around the corner. I think
if you get that $10, if you get that $10 right, and you add another $59 to it, you can come to the TJP show. Think about it.
Spot on. Why don't we all put $10 on it? Why don't we all put $10 on it?
Hey, Marco, just out of curiosity, which corner do you go and lose $10? Because I'm wondering if you're going around a corner to lose $10, what are you getting?
God knows, mate. Hey,
Go. What do you think? What do you think?
It's not a Friday night. It's a blockbuster. It's a Friday night game, isn't it? It's a blockbuster game. But anyway, so
Friday night game.
Just quickly, just keep the young players playing, mate. Hopefully, it just pisses down with rain on Friday night, and the Bombers will win by 1 point.
Oh,
so they reckon it's going to be Friday night porn.
Right,
That's what they're calling it. Friday night porn.
Throwaway tips.
Pouring down with rain.
Friday night porn on 7.
Jeez.
all right. Next
I
one.
might just listen to it on the radio, mate. I might listen to it on the radio.
Yeah.
Boys, this is a good game coming up, mate. Richmond versus St Kilda at the MCG Saturday afternoon. We've got a couple big ins coming back. Tom Lynch is back from suspension. He won't be boxing this week, which is good. I hope he's not. So that's a big in. Tim Taranto has been cleared by the medical staff. He's fit, ready to come back in. 2 of our best players in. And I don't care about that last result. I don't care that St Kilda have won 2 in a row. We're winning this game. I think that we're a better team than St Kilda. And don't get fooled by St Kilda's last 2 wins. They barely beat North Melbourne, who aren't very good. And they beat Melbourne in 1 good quarter of football. They're not great. I think we play better at the MCG than them. We're going to win.
I like it.
Lock it in.
Yep.
You guys?
Yeah. Look, I'm with Liam. I reckon Liam is delusional, and then I've realised that he's so delusional that St Kilda are going to rip them apart. They're the hot favourites there. So yeah, definitely will be the Saints for me.
Melbourne. Melbourne.
The punting guide or whatever.
Sorry, Liam, mate. It's good to see a couple of players that come back into the Richmond side, but I think St Kilda are just coming into some form late in the season, and they'll win by 30 points, mate.
Coming into form. They've struggled to beat crap teams.
I like Richmond, but I'm with the boys on this one. I think that Richmond, end of the year, kids are getting tired, and I think that St Kilda might take this and have a false dawn for the end of the season and think that they're better than what they are. So the Saints for me.
Boom. All right. Well, that is one that I'm getting ahead of you guys. I'm telling you. Mind you, I've backed us a fair bit, and it's burnt me a lot, and it's probably why I'm not ahead. But
yeah,
I'm sticking with my team. All right, next game. Brisbane, Sydney. This one's at the Gabba. Sydney, I still don't think of that great. Brisbane are playing awesome down. I picked for the flag, so I'll stick with Brisbane.
Yeah, Brisbane for me.
Simple Brisbane.
Brisbane.
Boom, there you go. Easy tip. Here's another big game for us. Carlton and Gold Coast at Marvel Stadium, which apparently they're struggling to fill up. Is that true?
They're giving away free tickets.
Wow. I mean, I'll take the free ticket, but I'm actually off to watch.
I might give my ticket back because Carlton pay. If you give your reserve seats back, they pay you money. They give you $70, right? So I might actually give back my ticket and take one of the free tickets.
Wow. So you're going to have somebody else sit in your chair?
Not debate that. That's kind of cool.
Ooh.
Hey, what a good deal that is. They want to give me $70 and then I go get a free ticket. And you know what? I'll go and sit in my section because it's probably going to be empty anyway.
And you know what? 70 points will be the margin that Gold Coast win by.
Oh, look at
Whoa! You opened it up, man.
bang.
70 points.
70 points for Gold Coast to win.
70 points. All right. What about Marco?
Look, to be honest, guys, Carlton, at home, they're not as bad as what we all say, but it's a flip of the coin for me, boys. So
he's on the flip. We've missed the flip.
He's got the flip.
it is heads, and it's Carlton.
Far out. That's a big call. What about Manny?
Yeah, I'm gonna back Voss's team.
Wow.
So Carlton for me.
Well, you know what? In the last few rounds, I'll be going with my head. I went against Carlton last week, right? I'm going to go with my head. And this week, because I'm getting very close to the tipping comp, so I'm going to tip with my head here, right? For the last 3 rounds. I don't normally do this, but Carlton will win this week. For some stupid reason, the Suns don't play that well down here. We might come up. I think it's going to be close, so I'm going to go Carlton, yeah. But get ready. The next 3 rounds, I'll be tipping my head because I want to win this competition. I want to win. But I think that I truly believe that this week we'll win. It doesn't mean anything, but we'll beat the Suns.
Yeah.
There is a bit to think about there. You're right. Well, no, I'll stick with Suns.
Oh, no, stick with it, man. That's what you said. Stick with it now.
70 points. Big statement.
That is a massive. If we lose by 70, Voss will be gone by Monday morning.
If I get that right, I'm a very smart man. But
mate, Jezza is sitting back. He's watching this, and he's saying to himself, "I've never taught my son to speak that way. He's a little bit delusional." 70 points, mate.
Jezza has just got back in the tip in. He's one tip behind me now, so he's probably trying to see what I'm doing. So I need to be careful. All right, but we'll do this next game. Port Adelaide versus Fremantle down in Adelaide. I have a feeling Port are a chance. I feel like Fremantle can be beaten and they might be due a loss, but same as the other teams, they just have to keep winning. And I think they will. So I'm going to stick with Freo. But I won't be surprised if they lose.
You guys, Marco, what do you reckon?
Yeah. Look, I mean, I predicted actually Freo to make the grand final this year, to be quite honest. So I think Freo will win.
Yep. And Manny?
I want to say Port, but at the moment, Fremantle, they just seem to be hitting their strides, and the way they, you know what? No, Port Adelaide for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mate,
Port Adelaide, mate, they've been getting smashed, mate. Like,
never
I
mind.
can't see them. And Fremantle's playing some really good football. So for me, it's Fremantle.
Mate, that's
I thought I'd give you guys a bit of a chance.
You don't get too
to try and catch up.
You're going to see the score. Yeah, don't get too confident, man. Off you go. Next one.
Here we go. Next one. I think these are Sunday games now. Giants versus North Melbourne. Where's that one? Monica? It doesn't matter. Giants will win. That's
Giants
they have
for
to
me.
win.
Giants for me.
Yeah, Giants for me too, man.
Yeah,
Easy.
Giants will smash it in.
Very good.
Next.
One there. This is an interesting one now. Melbourne and the Bulldogs at the MCG, because Melbourne, the interim coach, they do tend to have success for whatever reason that is. I don't know why. But Bulldogs, they cannot afford to drop a game, and they do like to beat on the lower sides. I think it might be closer than we think, but yeah, Bulldogs can't afford to drop it. I'm going to stick with them.
Manny, Mark, anyone?
Bulldogs for me.
Mark?
Yeah, this week is the breast cancer awareness game, and I was fortunate. Yeah, I was enough to go on to the ground about 5-6 years ago when my sister was diagnosed with breast cancer. It was a fantastic day to just get on the ground, and everyone wore pink. And so this week, Melbourne Bulldogs is obviously the breast cancer awareness game. So I will be going for the Bulldogs, unfortunately. But hopefully everyone supports the awareness and donates to breast cancer this week.
100%, man. Good call there, man. And I didn't realise it was this week. It's kind of not fitting, but it's kind of since what happened to you, and then this week, it's a good cause. Everyone should always get behind these causes, man, and do what you can, because Marco, we don't want this shit to happen, do we?
No, certainly not. Certainly not.
Yeah. No. All right, cool. And I'm going Western Bulldogs also. As I said, the new coach coming in, usually it does it, but I don't think it's going to happen this week. They can have Jesus Christ as the new coach. I think Western Bulldogs, they've been killing it lately, man. They've been smashing sides.
They need to win to try and get a spot.
And the last game, I think
the last game, West Coast versus Adelaide over in Perth. Jezza has messaged through. He said to make sure that I mentioned it's Liam Duggan's 200th game, and they're doing a lap of honour or a walk from the Gubbin and for Dom Sheed. It's going to be a big game for the team, but actually, I think Jezza would agree that they never turn up in milestone games. They don't turn up in most games, to be honest.
They don't turn up in most games.
Adelaide. They've got one win, mate. That's fair.
No, it's true.
Yeah, Adelaide is pretty easy. I think
Adelaide, I'm telling you, and I don't care what No Regrets was saying and not showing any respect. Adelaide are absolutely flying at the moment, mate. They got a good side, man, front, back, and middle, man. And they got stars all over the place, man. Your Walker's at his best, and then you got that Phil Thorpe. He's become a star all of a sudden, and Adelaide easily.
I think that I know it's been a tough year for the West Coast Eagles, and I know that sometimes it could be one of those.
Are you going to make me change it? Are you going to talk your shit? Are you picking Adelaide or West Coast? Because I've already put Adelaide for you.
But I think Adelaide are going to be in front by 15 goals by half time.
All right, I was going to say, there's no way you can go for West Coast here. Yeah, everyone's got Adelaide, Mark.
Adelaide 50 points.
Yeah, easily. All right, very good. Then let's have a look. Look at this. Now, Marco, over the time you've been away, Scotty's been doing your tips. So whatever they were. Yeah. And what I did do was I did give you Essendon because I knew you would have picked Essendon anyway, right? So I've given you Essendon and I've given you Scotty's tips. So I was trying to be as fair as possible, right?
It's all good. It's all good.
And this is what it looks like now. It's getting close. And Rocco's only 2 behind now, Manny, mate. So this week's a huge week.
I'll be back. I'll come back.
Notice something. Manny's tips have gone like Collingwood's season. They were like, he was like 8 in front.
You were like 15 out of me not long ago, I swear.
Yeah, you're killing it. And Marco slightly dropped
I like to make things more interesting.
Well, you can make them as interesting as possible. And
plenty of time to come back, boys. Plenty of time to come back.
Well, there's 3 weeks, and we're only 2 behind, so it's very, very close. This is the way it should be.
The last game, Carlton, Essendon, Gold Coast too.
Yeah, it could come down to that. That's going to be on the Wednesday, so you're going to have the full round. And you know what's funny, Mark? Carlton and Essendon on the last round got a Thursday night. How the fuck did we get a Thursday night? Like,
no,
you know why I think they did it? Because there's no result. It doesn't really matter. So they're playing the games that matter at the end of the week. So that's what they've
Do you
done.
know what, though? I just read when we were doing this that they're not even going to broadcast that game on Channel 7.
No, that's right. I was just about to say that. Yeah.
That's how little interested. Yeah, maybe there'd be more free tickets again.
Is it on the radio, mate?
Radio is free. That is true.
Did you? I don't know what's going on. I've been missing the chat, and as usual, right, the chat goes off on its own little thing, and they've been having a full-on conversation, and I don't know where they're at anymore. Like they're talking about Pulp Fiction, Forrest Gump. Who knows what's going on in this?
Movie, Pulp Fiction, fantastic movie, and Forrest Gump.
One of probably top 3 movies ever.
Yeah, there's also another remake. It's called Pulp Friction, but that's an adult's movie. And there's also Forrest Hump. But,
you got a joke for us tonight, Manny?
Well, look, I've had a couple of people who have seen me at work and said to me, "Hey, Manny, can you tell us a couple of the jokes that you've said in the past?" And I thought, I like to always use some fresh material. But they said to me,
Manny, you're not recycling a joke.
Hang on. Now, they said to me, because they're going to be, I can't remember that joke about the young lad that went to the brothel for the first time. And I said, all right, look, because you want me to say it, I will say it, but I won't be repeating these jokes. However, if you guys are okay with it, I'm okay to repeat it.
It was probably one of your better jokes.
It's up to the chat.
There might be some, even though I know all the people in the chat here, there might be some who haven't heard it, but you know what? Let's hear it again, Manny.
All right. So father's taking his son to the brothel and says to the young lady that was there entertaining him, look, can you look after him? It's his first time. It'll be his first sexual experience. So anyway, she took him into the bedroom and she said, right, take your clothes off, son. I'm going to start you off on your first sexual experience. I'm going to start you off on a 69er. So anyway, he took his clothes off. He was lying flat on his back, and then she took her clothes off and she was about to get into position. And as she got into position, she ripped this massive fart. He quickly jumped out of bed, grabbed his clothes, started getting dressed. And she said, where you going, young man? He goes, fuck off. I'm not hanging around for another 60 out of those bastards. There you go.
It's actually a good joke. It's actually a good joke, man. It's actually a good joke. I don't think Carl's has ever heard it because she's laughing and that is a ripper. So people are liking it.
That was a ripper, mate, that one.
I don't think Boshek ever heard that because he wasn't here last time, so he's laughing out loud.
Yeah. There's some old jokes there, mate.
Well, look, it's an old joke. It's a goodie. But now that you've heard it, it'll go into my archives, and I'll bring you some fresh stuff definitely next week.
So thanks for the $2. Mike, I can't pronounce his last name because I don't know how to say it, but Mike.
It's Mike Coxlong.
No.
You're a dickhead. You are a dickhead, mate. You got suckered in. What a
no, I didn't, mate. Come on.
Hey, boys.
He paid the $2 so we can say that, mate. For $2, you want us to say it? Good on you, mate.
He said he saw me at the urinal. I don't know what he was doing in the girls' toilets, but anyway. So let's finish off. This has been I think everyone thinks it's been a good. Thanks to everyone that's commented, watched the show. It's been a big show, man. I even thank No Regrets for coming on. And I've said this to everyone. You got to have balls to come on. And I'll give you one bit of advice. You got to have some big balls to come up against me, mate, because I won't let you win. And you know what? It is my channel. I do whatever the fuck I want, like my dad used to say. You don't like it, get out of my house, he used to say, right? And I stayed there till I got married, you know, so I wouldn't leave. But while we're here, just remember a couple of things. First of all, make sure the shows tomorrow, soon as if there is some sort of an announcement on Voss, there will be an emergency meeting coming on the Jumper Punch, right? So it'll all happen and we can get on and have a chat about it. So we don't know if it's tomorrow, the next day, but if there is, there will be an emergency meeting. Also, make sure you catch all the shows. Sunday, Blue Sunday with Seba. It's been a killer. David Rees-Jones, how can you go wrong? You've also got the previews and the reviews that we put up. Bocek does his watch-alongs. It's been a great success. And after that, we've got emergency meeting, then back to the Jumper Punch. So we're all there. Make sure, get tickets to Remix Mania. It's going to be a big weekend on the 29th. Then what you're going to do is you're going to grab yourself a ticket, 69. 69. That's a funny number. Make sure you get there. PEARCE and FEVOLA. You can't go wrong. Make sure you get them because they are running fast. The link is below. Please. I want to see you all down there. I really do. We want to see a full house. We're going to have a good time. It's the bye weekend. All of us, you either enjoy finals or you can enjoy a miserable year by the rest of us, Marco and Liam. But so get down there. It's going to be a big, big event, man. I'm telling you. I'm not sure. What am I doing? Morocco Moro. What am I doing? I'm not sure. I'm telling you, it's going to be huge. It's going to do that. Frank Sirocco and the rivals, mate. Marco, it's been fantastic that you came back. Sorry, before we do that, if you go on the watch along, he's actually got giving away footy cards. So during the thing, and we're talking those selector cards and that. So there's great things happening with the watch along. Yes, there is a emergency meeting on Saturday after the game, 100%. Again, thanks to you guys, but also thanks, Marco. It was great to see you come on, mate. I hope we made you forget for a little bit and have a bit of a laugh, and that's what we're here for, man. We really do love you, man, and I'm rapt to see you at your best, mate. You were good tonight, man. Well done, man. I'm actually I'm impressed. You come on and you've done a great job, man, and all the best to all your family, bro. And yeah, we'll see you next week, won't we?
For sure.
We'll see you next week, 100%, man. 100%. We'll see you next week. Just remember, I'm going to leave you with this promo, right? And thanks for coming, and go the mighty Blue Bagger.
Before you go,